Well, I think we're live.
Yeah, I wasn't playing with toys.
It's a lie. It's a lie, and you know it.
I was
And, I,
definitely playing with toys.
and I'm not going to be playing with toys. I'm going to be
No.
doing purely organization with conversation.
Okay.
That is
Okay.
exactly
Okay,
how I'm
Ken.
billing this.
Okay, Ken.
This is not in any way working out a really profound issue I have with storage that is only getting worse when it comes to acquiring these things. And realizing that the way that people have had me go in the past of leaving things packaged and appreciating the packaging is not sustainable. It is.
For me, that's a selective decision, not an overall decision.
It just when you know how much space you save just by opening, it kind of. And I want to see the figures. I want to, that. Otherwise, I should just leave them on the shelf.
Well, so I watched your last one that you sent me because I wanted to know what the show was about. And you were talking about, I understand the whole position of the whole presentation is a work of art. And to that effect, I have all the credit collections right here because I agree with that to an extent that sometimes the packaging is part of the presentation, but then you go see people's collections of Black Series or G.I. Joe or whatever in these boxes, and it just looks more like a library than an action figure collection where you just see the boxes on their side and they have the number and the name listed, and that's all you're not appreciating the art at that point. You have a book on your shelf that you're never going to read.
That is taking up valuable shelf space.
Exactly.
It's taking up the shelf space that at least 2 to 3 figures could occupy in that depth of space.
Easily, if not more, depending on how tight you want to get it.
I can almost see maybe slicing off the art portion and making a little mural. Sure.
I've definitely seen people do that.
On the back.
Yep.
Or just, Hasbro, make more money off people. Release a poster for each wave.
I would buy that, honestly.
That is the exact same dimensions, but is just like a rolled up poster that you could get. The kind of thing that we've talked about before, that you would think Hasbro Pulse should be about.
Sure.
The fun things that only Hasbro can provide directly.
Yeah.
And stuff like utilizing that artwork and having fun with it. And I don't quite understand the purpose of Pulse just yet.
It's just a store.
But it's a store that really doesn't offer any shipping discounts or incentivizing you going directly through them.
But they do if you pay for it.
You know what, Hasbro? You're not Amazon.
But you know what? I did pay for it because I wanted that ability to order things that hour earlier. But I will say, in the year that I've paid for it, I've gotten way more than $50 worth of shipping out of them. Because I paid for it, so that's usually my go-to to order. Exactly.
Right. And occasionally they do have sales.
Sure.
But the exclusives...
Or exclusives, yeah.
But there hasn't been anything that's been exclusive yet to this point that's made me justify.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Hiss HasLab, I think that was $20 or $30 shipping by itself.
Oh, that's a... That's a whole other thing. Also, now that I've made this thing look a little bit better, we have some nice graphics.
Yeah,
I can actually show comments from folks.
Hi, Lance Peter Luke,
and hi Eric.
Hi Eric.
So we can do that.
Hi, don't skip the Stream Elements robot because when the uprising happens, he'll remember that. Thank you, Stream Elements robot.
But where is he running to?
I don't know, but he's going to run.
So if anyone watched the first stream, I had hooked up an iPhone because I didn't want to have a second camera and bother with that. So I had an iPhone that was showing the camera reverse angle to show me in frame. I replaced it with a mirror because that was smarter and made things even simpler. So I'm going to move the now my preferred way to show the only Afra that I have, as she has commandeered the Indiana Jones relic. Also, she sits really well on that.
Despite the coat, are you still going to go after the original Afra? Or are you happy with that?
No, I am not. Your review was infuriating.
I actually was thinking about you the entire time.
Everybody check out who hasn't seen Mike's review of the new comic series run. All I wanted was an archive release.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been happy with an archive release of it. They do it for other things. That wave is ridiculous to find. I just wanted a simple archive release.
Yep.
And I agree. The head is much better. The face printing on the new version. So all I want is an original Afra, and I will buy a second new Afra to swap the head out.
Yeah.
But the fact that I still can't find an original Afra, it just...
Well, not for a reasonable price anyway. I mean, you can find them if you want to pay for it.
If anybody watching can reach out with a reasonable price...
What's a reasonable price for you? Let's put a number. Let's put some dollars on there.
I can't justify the $100 range.
Okay.
For it. That just for me is beyond.
So 50?
So 50 is reasonable for me.
Okay.
Knowing that it's hard to find, and
a 4 or 5 year old figure.
And if anyone has been holding on to it for this long, but are like, oh, whatever, or if friend, I'm fine with you making a little bit because it is impossible to find.
Sure.
But I hold out hope. It's weird to think that I also got that Black Series Jabba that I finally bought on eBay a year back.
Just in time.
No, what I bought it now for like 30% less than Hasbro is going to be selling the new one for.
Yeah, but does that one have a armrest and a hookah?
No, but I have a 3D printer.
Okay, yeah. So
and I also have the Salacious Crumb.
Yeah, from the creature pack. Yeah.
So
I currently have it pre-ordered. I don't know if I'm going to commit to keeping it pre-ordered, but I want the ability to cancel, and instead of the ability to think, oh man, I should get it, and then it's sold out or whatever. I don't know. That's how I operate.
That was
so I have it
like on the same reason I pre-ordered.
Yes. So I have it pre-ordered. I have a throne room that one of my subscribers made, like, Jabba's on it, and it looks nice, but he's missing that armrest. He's missing the hookah, and it's like, is $90 worth?
Well, see, that's the thing that I have whenever that comes in, the TVC Book of Boba Fett, Jabba's Palace, which is technically Bib Fortuna's palace, then Boba's palace.
At that point, yep.
So, but it comes with the dais and everything for, the actual throne for Jabba.
Yep.
But it doesn't come with the armrest or the bowl to make it. There's a couple of extra pieces. So I actually have now gone back and bought the 2004 3 3/4 scale Jabba, just because it comes with those pieces.
That little armrest, yeah.
But the fact that they have announced the Black Series but didn't announce a TVC, knowing that Throne's coming, the lack of communication from the Hasbro team. Just if it's in the pipeline and people can relax and not have the question, I don't understand why they don't answer.
Yeah, that's bizarre to me to not also do a TVC version.
When you're doing a almost $300 throne, that you haven't done before,
right?
And it's the 40th anniversary year,
right?
We're gonna start opening things.
Yeah,
I'm gonna multitask. Because for anyone who isn't familiar with this show, this is a to keep me occupied and give me an excuse to open up all the figures that I can't store packaged still. I just have to open these things up. So this is an excuse to have a wonderful guest on and have a nice conversation and open things.
Yeah. Potsnicking.
So this is Oromako.
Oh, sorry, you're right. Oromako.
This is Prune Face.
This is Prune Face.
So I gave the option to you as to what figure line you wanted to be open during our session. So why you chose Power of the Force 2?
Easily, it was an easiest choice I've ever made on your show. I'm 40. I just turned 41. For guys my age, vintage collection, like the original Kenner vintage figures are usually their childhood figures. The only vintage figures I had as a kid, I had a Hammerhead and I had a Stormtrooper that I got at a yard sale. That I thought the Hammerhead was ET because I was a stupid kid. What do I know? So when these came out in '95, I was all in because I was peak Star Wars for me. I was in my Star Warsiest Star Wars fan phase. The mid '90s, like Star Wars fans were absolutely starved for anything Star Wars. There weren't any prospective movies. Like they had the books, they had some video games, but that was it. Like there wasn't really anything Star Wars in '95.
But it was a constant presence. It was
Sure.
on home video.
Sure.
It was accessible.
And they released
Cable
it a
was
couple
showing
times.
it all the time.
Yeah.
But like you said, there was you couldn't just go to the store and go, I want to buy a toy.
Right. It was not as prevalent as
it was hard to even buy like a t-shirt.
Yes.
That had Star Wars.
Yeah, it was a big deal. I remember going to Target one day and there was a Star Wars t-shirt in like '96 or something. I was like, oh, this is awesome. It's got the Millennium Falcon on it. It was rare.
I love the media landscape we were in. Their excitement was, we're going to put a 35 millimeter slide.
On a slide. You might as well put things on 8 tracks. Like even in '96, who's got slides?
The fact that this was considered a cool pack-in, and you could mail away for a
the little
slide holder. And also and the binoculars.
So you could stick them in and view them. Yes, yeah.
To view your Star Wars vacation slides.
That, or you had to go to like your grandparents' house when they had the old slide projector and stick them in the little trays and hit the little button to go one after the other on little trays.
They should have come out with the Star Wars story, like in school when you would do the manual advance.
Yes. Yep.
And fill in the story with the slides you've accumulated from each of the films in the line.
Why? That'd be awesome. Why not?
So, this is the first. This is the first open.
Is it a random scene from Return of the Jedi with just him in the background?
It's the. I think they very kindly put the scene on the back of the card.
Right there. Okay.
So this is the briefing scene with Mon Mothma before the Battle of Endor.
Yeah, many Boffins died to bring you that slide.
And Lord Marco and his pal Barry Marco is. I always thought that he was a Jabba denizen from the original Kenner line.
When the prune face figure, he did. That's why I confused him with Post-Nitkin, because like I always kind of put them together as well. Yeah.
Also, how cool is the name? Post-Nitkin.
Post-Nitkin.
So, if anyone also knows, I do save the card backs.
I watched you slice it up very, very cleanly. Very nicely.
I try my best. It gets frustrating sometimes. And sometimes you just have to go with the zen of it's not going to happen.
Yeah. I think this guy came out in the same wave as like Mon Mothma.
Yeah, this is like late in the line. I want to say this is like 90, 98. This has got
something like that. Yeah.
Well, this is right before, and we're going to see a couple of them. The evolutions, the
evolution slide down thing. Yes, I was actually going to ask if you had any of the other little weird pack-in things.
I have so many.
Yeah. I'm excited about that.
So he's a little bit tacky.
Yeah, because of the plastics breaking down. Whoop, that's showing its age.
We're later in the line that they've adjusted the proportions of the character. They still have weird standing problems.
Yep. Yeah, they try to put them in weird action stances sometimes, and it doesn't work out.
Well, speaking of the flashback photo.
Yeah.
And look at that original price on there. $5.99.
$5.99. Oh man.
So
even then, I think that was kind of expensive.
I love it. I'm thinking we gotta promote episode 1, and there's an evolution that's happened. So let's tease the characters that are coming. But you start with Leia, but through the magic of cardboard.
Yeah. Queen Amidala, her mom.
Which is, in retrospect, a huge spoiler. Because they play coy in the film.
Yeah, that's true.
with the whole
Actually,
Padme
yeah,
Amidala thing, and
yeah.
then you're right off the bat going, "Oh, by the way, she's going to hook up with that little kid that she meets
Spoiler alert.
in
Well,
the
I think
film."
there were a lot of things that, in hindsight, were like was the whole Emperor Sidious thing supposed to be a spoiler? Because like, I don't know anyone who went to the movies at the time that didn't know that the Emperor was Darth Sidious, like,
I mean,
or that Palpatine was the bad guy.
I gotta think at that point that really is just sort of playing into the pulpiness of it all.
Mm,
Like the audience knows, the audience is in on it.
right.
The
Well,
characters themselves.
it wasn't like a Terminator 2 situation where the preview spoiled the fact that the Terminator wasn't the bad guy in this one, that there was a different Terminator.
Yes,
Yeah.
hasta la vista, Anakin.
Yeah. Because I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that was supposed to be a spoiler for the movie where like the Terminator was the good guy this time. But the previews all just spoiled it because I guess the studio thought that people would like that better for some
Also,
reason.
can we point out that we did get Terminator 2 in The Mandalorian
That's true.
with IG-11 and Grogu?
Yeah. Yeah.
We got the entire arc of the
You're just missing the thumbs up at the end.
the murder. He melts. He melts
does
into
melt.
the love at the end.
He does melt. Yeah.
As he
Yeah.
blows up.
Yep.
Okay, well, now we've called you on it, Mando.
There's no original ideas anymore. People are just rehashing stories.
So this was not, for that time, a terribly inexpensive. So what was your sort of financial situation? How deep of a collector were you in picking these up at the time?
Well, so I was one of the weird kids. I had a job pretty much all throughout high school. I worked at a bagel shop holding sign out on the street. I worked at Taco Bell for a summer. I did a lot of odd jobs around for people doing computer stuff because I was one of those computer weird kids in high school. Basically, because I knew how to plug a hard drive into a motherboard, I was a computer whiz kid.
I mean, at the time, you were a miracle worker.
That's right. So I always had some money, but every birthday, every Christmas, this was pretty much all I got. Yeah. Oh, so this isn't even a hollow version. I think mine was the hollow one.
No, and the price is down
Yeah.
to $4.99. This shows you how much earlier in the line this was. This is what,
Yeah.
97 or
Seven, I
96?
think 97. Yeah.
Oh, this is even early. This has got to be 96.
I'm trying to remember.
Because this
when
is
that
Momonadon
T16 yeah.
96.
Yep. There we go.
Also, don't think, Ethan, that I didn't see that I'm being taunted.
Hey, Ethan would never taunt you. He would never taunt you. Ethan's a great guy.
I like that. I like the idea that as a kid, you're going, I'm in on the secret.
Oh, I'm on the Secrets universe. I know they say 96, but maybe like I'm pretty sure that that Luke came out in 97 because they also gave that Luke out as like a theater prize when you went to go see.
I remember that well because I got like 5 of them.
Yeah.
They did not care.
No.
Like, if you bought a ticket, you got it. Here you go. You know the madness? If they said, you know what? For this 40th anniversary re-release, they're doing what's it like week after next?
Yep.
For Return of the Jedi. There's going to be the Black Series Jedi Luke. We're going to do a theater exclusive for everyone who attends. And it's in an exclusive retro card back that has, theater special on it. Do you know the madness that would ensue?
It would be the most. It would put Return of the Jedi up as like the top Star Wars movie with all the people trying to go get it.
I mean, you can pick up those theater figures dirt cheap.
Cheap.
Because, but the idea that Lucasfilm or Fox, I don't know what the promotional payment was for that, but they would produce in those numbers enough of those figures to just be, you buy a ticket, here's your figure. Yep. No fuss. Yep. There was no fighting, no verification other than, we got a box of them. You can't even buy a popcorn bucket, like a collector's popcorn bucket from an AMC without having to fight people before they run out.
To be fair, though, in 96 or 97 or whatever, when these figures came out, collecting toys wasn't a thing that people over the age of like 14 did ever.
Oh yeah, I mean they were for kids, and
Yeah. And I was a kid. And
and
now all those kids are my age and our
recent high
age.
school graduates were.
Yeah. I always loved this era because you have an ATST driver, obviously, but he didn't come with the ATST. So they give him the Stormtrooper blaster. That makes sense. But then they're like, what else can we give him? How about just a giant, the biggest rifle we can think of?
We'll get to him. But the fact that Tarkin
Yes.
comes with a weird weapon as well.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? We got our first Deluxe.
Ooh, the E-Web. Nice.
Now, did you also get the Deluxes?
So I got the first three. I got the and I think this one was the only one I didn't get because the first three was the Luke, the Han, and the Stormtrooper.
They were the dumbest.
They were really dumb.
Accessories.
It was like Han Solo and his like aliens power loader to fight the alien queen thing.
Well, Luke came with like a personal skip.
It was like a little scooter. Right? Yeah, it was like a little scooter thing.
Like Flash Gordon. Like he's at the end of Flash Gordon riding on that power sled.
Exactly what it is. And the Stormtrooper also came with like some claws or something like that. Kind of the same thing as Han, but a little bit different. Then the second wave was Boba Fett with like this weird gigantic rocket pack with wings, and he actually fired his rocket. It was like a big deal because it was the first time Boba Fett fired his rocket.
Or a rocket on a giant a giant extra jetpack.
It was a huge, it would like pop out wings. And then they had the probe droid, which I loved.
That's good. I mean, as far as like this is a solid because you get the E-Web.
The E-Web and the probe droid are the only like normal figures from the Deluxe line.
And it's not a bad E-Web.
Nope.
You know, if I'm sure
I want one for the Black Series. I don't understand why we haven't gotten an E-Web for the Black Series.
I mean, everything like that is only a matter of time until Landspeeder Luke fulfills everyone's dreams and produces an incredible 3D model.
That's true.
Look at that. Look at instructions on how to use it. Deluxe.
And even that Stormtrooper, the Snowtrooper was a unique mold because it had its knees bent, whereas the original one did not.
I mean, you can...
Because he can't stand by himself. He's sitting.
I mean, I kind of like, 5-minute break Snowtrooper.
You just need like a box for him to sit on or something.
I mean, from the back, it looks like he's taking, a refresher break.
Look at that. That's some good quality right there. All the legs are individual.
Does this have the original price on it? No. I would bet this thing was probably what? $8?
I think 8 or 9, probably.
It was definitely under 10.
It was under 10, for sure. Well, I think
that tape worry, it's like, oh, you're opening me now? You don't understand how long
after so many years
this function.
After so many years, I am free.
Yeah, this is not about resale value or anything. This is about, listen, I got this thing.
So where do these go? If you're opening all these, where do they? I mean, no offense, I respect you and love you dearly, but your collection looks like a hoarder house.
It is far more organized than that.
Okay.
So it is everything is actually in a place and cleaned regularly.
Okay.
So
I'm sure. I'm sure.
So as you can
not
see,
doubting that.
Even from like the desk area, it's everything has a placement. But I like that sort of where's Waldo approach. Well, this is just fun. Like there's a topography to it.
Yeah.
Like I like the fact that it looks like a celebration.
It does.
Of the things
a smorgasbord of a cornucopia of Star Wars.
And
here.
I have nothing against. I love looking at people who have nice, organized, pristine.
I mean, I've got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I love the regimental approach.
Yeah.
where everyone's like standing at attention
Yep.
in nice lines, because that also is a great way. And I also love what Luke has done with his displays.
I like his little displays. Yep.
In
His little displays are great.
In solving
Yep.
how actually to see, like, because again, you get
Yeah.
stuff lost in the back.
Yep. I got a couple of those.
When you stand up and go, oh yeah, that's back there.
Yep.
I'm not going to assemble this. Am I going to assemble this?
Why not?
Where's the instructions?
Can't be that hard. Okay, first, hi Justin B, and also Robert Henry. I did order the Revenge of the Jedi Vader. I did.
So, were you on the fence at any point about it?
I was. Well, I keep going back and forth. Looking back at how much money I spent on figures I didn't really care about in 2022, sort of made me reevaluate my collecting habits. And then my wife and I are looking to move and buy a house and things like that. So we have implemented a $300 a month budget for each of us for fun stuff.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
So you're getting
and that sounds like a lot. That sounds like a lot, and until you actually see what it is,
it really doesn't.
It's not a lot.
Considering the stuff I got today,
yeah,
just in one trip in not a big bag was
Right.
about that price.
Yeah. Well, I was just looking. I was going back and I made a spreadsheet of like all the things I've got on pre-order and whatnot. And was a couple months ago they had a big G.I. Joe pre-order, and that was $300 just all by itself. Just that chunk of pre-order. Yesterday I pre-ordered probably about $300 of the Star Wars figures, or Tuesday or whenever the stuff went live.
Where is the chunky part go? Okay.
It goes on the ground.
That part goes into the box.
This goes here. That goes there. That's as complicated as Star Wars gets.
I'm smart. I know how to put toys together. I know. I guess it just goes in the bottom.
There you go.
Hey,
That's
there
it.
we go.
Yeah, you figured it out.
I mean, he still doesn't look right. Why is he crouching like that? I don't understand. Why not just stand up straight? I mean, that's got to hurt after a while.
Well, it's not good for your knees or your back, for sure.
I mean, where's health and safety when it comes? I guess it's an action pose, but the E-Web is great. I mean, this is you can use with modern figures.
Well, do you
again, if I was Luke, if I were Luke, I'd go. I could dry brush this, bring out the metallic accents,
all the detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a great sculpt.
The Empire doesn't care about OSHA, man. They don't have rails on any of their like high walkways.
Do you think that's just out of spite?
100%.
You think that's purely just? We're not going to give you rails. I'm going to move this off the desk. This is too big to leave on the desk. Speaking of the person who doesn't care.
Mm-hmm. There we go. I love this one because before that they had one that was like the Force FX, like they had lights and stuff on it,
but with the weird pose.
Yes.
Yeah. Like his weird bent knees.
Yep.
I love Palpatine figures.
Same. Yeah, we're overdue. I mean the Black Series, the one that came with his little chair, is probably one of the better figures in the line, even though it's just a reuse of the original Palpatine with better faces and not a molded rubber skirt.
So you got that one.
Yeah.
The one I have is the Archive.
Sure.
Does yours have the weird blue nose? Or is it just the Archive paint job that makes it look like his nose is frostbitten?
I think that's exclusive to the Archive version. But because the Amazon one came with like 4 different heads, and all I did was instead of buying the Archive version, I just put one of the newer heads on the old 2014 Palpatine body. So I've got a better head on him.
I mean, I love the Archive, but I don't love the weird
snow miser. Well, the next wave of 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi figures is gonna have another Emperor in it because why not do another Emperor? Even though they just did an Emperor,
I mean,
why not release him again?
I'm actually fine with that part
Well,
because
they
that's
shouldn't
how
have done
the
it in archive
traditional
though.
line worked.
Sure, but they shouldn't have done it in archive. Is all I'm saying. Like the archive one for Lando, Skiff, and Emperor Palpatine should not have come out if they knew they were doing the 40th anniversary ones.
See, this makes sense. So we got
Yes,
Emperor to
100%.
Senator,
Yeah.
and yeah, let's do the
Again, not a
card.
spoiler. Like it wasn't.
Everyone, just don't reveal it.
Oh,
Oh no! Although
he's what?
they should have pulled it down again to reveal Sidious.
Yeah.
The fact that this has a nice hard plastic outer edge to hold this, they could have gone straight cardboard and made this thing just junky as, you know, a disposable thing. But the fact that it has a nice casing in it, it's a fun thing to save.
Well, that's what they kind of did with the Power of the Jedi. It came with little Jedi files or whatever. There was just a little piece of fold-out cardboard that had
pre-Wikipedia.
Yes, yeah. But like those, like what do you do with those? With the slides, at least you can collect slides. You've got a bunch of slides.
Or the coins
with those,
that came with the 30th
or the
anniversary
coins,
line. You
right?
have
You can put them in a book or something. But like, what do you do with those? They're just really hard to collect because like I don't know what to do with them.
So how now? Do you prefer this harder plastic lightning?
Yes, I do.
To the sort of rubbery floppy.
Because over time the rubbery floppy ones tend to droop and they just look sad. It's like sad lightning.
Speaking of rubbery floppy, did you get you got the indie figures, right?
I did. I got.
So were you a bit disappointed like I was with how, particularly like that shovel that came with Sala?
Oh, so I didn't buy anything but indie. I didn't buy any of them except for Indiana Jones because the only one I cared about.
But his
was
pistol,
his pistol is weirdly
nearly impossible to. You feel like you're just oozing it into his.
Yes,
Like I thought it was pushing marshmallow into his gun holster.
Pushing rope here. No, the pistol's not great, and then the little pegs to peg the holster closed and his little whip holder closed. Like that's just really badly designed.
He's not going to stand on his own.
Yeah. But mine doesn't look as bad. I've seen people with like crossed eyes and things like that. I think mine looks great.
We're doing end of the movie. Palpatine. He's just
there you go.
There.
You just need a Darth Vader. No, is it something that he can't turn off? Like, is it like when you start peeing and then like you just can't stop peeing, you know, otherwise it like hurts?
Well, he's older.
Like,
he's older.
I just, you know, it's like if you're electrocuting somebody and like someone picks you up, I would just stop.
Yeah, the 40th anniversary should come with lightning.
100%. Yeah, they really should have included the lightning hands with them. Yeah,
put the heads back in.
Something.
It's been
something
so
more
long
than
now.
Yeah.
You're not giving the throne.
Nope.
Release the heads with decent face printing.
There's no reason for them not to just re-release that whole set. Make it like a Comic-Con exclusive or something like that.
Look at how this is.
Look how yellow. Oh, so yellow.
This is why it needs to be opened.
Yeah. So this is 98 or like 99.
Yes. Well, this is because we got the
99.
Comtech coming in pre-episode 1.
That's right.
Now figures talk.
Yeah, how great.
I had forgotten, or I would have brought my Comtech reader in for this, so we could have heard the. Or was this a brief overlap? This was a brief. So this would have been. There was a
brief overlap. Yeah, there was a brief overlap when episode 1 came out, where they were still doing non-episode 1 stuff, but they started doing the Comtech chips for it.
Oh, this is
because they redid Luke and they redid the Han, and they started having more than just the 5 points of articulation.
I feel like
I guess 6 because they had the waist.
The John Hammond of action figures.
We're like action figure paleontologists.
It's preserved in amber. I'm Mr. DNA.
Yeah, how many frogs are in on this?
Yeah, we had to use some amphibian DNA to bring this figure back.
Did you pre-order the R2D2, the new one?
I did. So. Well, Luke, if you're still in the chat, did they show off? Because I in none of the photography did I see a side-by-side comparison of the current one and the resculpt.
Anything else?
To show that they actually scaled, even next to a figure.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, look, now it's better, but it's just
We promise.
skinny.
We promise it's better. Just believe us. We promise. We wouldn't lie.
So, yeah, it was a little bit weird. I was looking at the some of the indies, and yes, the varying level of density of the beard, like how strong the printing was, to like, well, what this looks like scruffiness and what looks like he has a full beard. Now I like this. I like that you get a little hologram Leia. Now I know there's a later figure or one of the sets that comes with the actual table as well.
I think that was one of the Saga ones because they started doing crazy
Crazy
stuff.
Can anyone hear the?
I hear that ratchet.
Give us that for the new R2 had better have that sound. That's the sound of my childhood.
I'm just happy his third leg isn't tied to turning his head anymore because I absolutely hated that.
Does the Black Series have the little reflective strip on it like the actual R2 does?
I don't
like. This is a rarity for them to put on the thing. Also, this reminds me of every sticker I would get at a skate rink as a kid.
Those old little holographic sticker things.
I mean, he's got it on the front too.
Huh.
This is the thing where when you look at figures that are now nearly 30 years old and you're going, Hasbro, could you look at what you did in the past?
Yeah, it was also back when they would regularly like vac metal things and chrome things.
Which is weird because this era was vac metaling still some stuff, but this is painted. Yeah. And I'm fine with whatever silver paint they've now upgraded to.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like I first noticed it, I think, on the Cad Bane blasters that came out that had a much shinier silver to them.
There is a really weird paint app detail. This is the Scar Trooper Mike on his jetpack on the back. These two little spots right here. They look dark on mine, but they're very shiny and reflective.
I'm interested to know what they do with it. Oh, Robert, I still have my box of them too. These are ones I've gotten beyond the ones I originally bought. Now you don't have yours still, right?
No, I got rid of mine a long time ago. I went through a phase where I was too cool for toys.
Where's that guy?
I got better. I got better.
What was the point? What was the thing that, and I'm sure we discussed it but if anyone hasn't seen our Force 5 episode, which they should,
it's good.
What was the character that made you get back in? Because for me, it's usually a character that I like where you go, oh, there's a representation of that character that I can sit on my desk or have.
What made me start collecting again wasn't even Star Wars, it was Transformers. But when they announced the Black Series, because I felt overwhelmed when I wanted to get back into collecting toys, of just the history of 3 3/4 inch toys, of the 7 or 8 years that I hadn't been collecting them.
Right.
I didn't know where to start. Like, what do I go for? Do I start buying things on the shelf? Do I go back? So it just felt overwhelming, so I just never did it. But then when they announced the Black Series, I was like, okay, we got a new line, starting from the beginning. Like, there's only 4 figures announced. They're 6 inches, which is the scale I like now. Let's do it. So the first figure I bought was that Darth Maul in the first wave.
Do you think that your view of getting back into 3 3/4 would have been different if you had kept your original figures and still had them?
I don't think so. I really don't think so. Because I bought a couple of 3 3/4 inch figures. I have the new Vader that just came out last year or whatever. And I have the Ice Spider Mando. And I've got I got the GI Joe HasLab Sky Striker, and they're just too small. I don't know. Like I remember them feeling bigger in my hand,
Oh
and
dear.
and ooh, that sucks. I just remember feeling bigger in my hand when I was a kid, and it's disappointing when I hold them now. Because like, was it that small? I guess so.
I think this is the first Vader that came with a cloth cape.
I think it might have been.
Also,
I also liked it because
does
he
not
had
come
that.
with a lightsaber.
No,
Like he has it just on the belt,
yeah,
but does not have a lightsaber. But he
and
comes
he
with
could
a
he could
really
only
nice
do that
probe
one
droid.
pose. Like if you want him to have that one pose, he could do it.
But it looks like a I'm hungry.
Feed me.
Oh, although this
There
one's
you go.
pretty good too.
Yeah, the Hulk. Oh, Vader
Hercules,
smash.
Hercules. That's it. He's staying like that.
There you go. That's sort
In
of
fact,
the
that's what needs to stand over the emperor.
there you go. I win. Yeah, that's sort of a Revenge of the Sith Vader when he's like getting off the table.
I was surprised when they did the archive for Tarkin that they put the probe droid back in there.
I mean, the original one came with it.
But as we've seen, they've stripped out. I mean, you look at what the R2 used to come with
That's
when the
true.
line started, or even the Han with the extra hands.
Yep, they didn't give him the extra hands for that Power of the Force 2 release.
What do you think is going to be the review?
It's gonna be Anakin. Come on, man.
You think? You think?
Yeah, it's gonna be Anakin.
Yeah.
Yeah, there he is. I'm a person, and my name is Anakin.
Are you an angel?
Yes, I am. I did like this Luke. This is that floppy hat Luke with the binoculars. It was weird at the time because everyone was like, "Why does he have a floppy hat?" Because the deleted scenes were only a myth.
You could, at this time, see the deleted scenes on a CD-ROM that came out called, I think, Behind the Magic or something like that.
Okay.
That had them in super, super low-res video files.
Awesome.
But it was an official release.
Sure.
So I think that was what was, because there was no YouTube. There was no,
right.
For the kids watching.
YouTube wasn't a thing for not for another like 6 or 7 years.
You might have crappy video through Real Player.
Yes.
Incredibly compressed.
Oh,
In
we
fact,
would download things. I don't even know.
They might have even been Real Player files on that CD-ROM. Because I don't think there would have been QuickTime at that point either.
I can't remember how we found videos to download back then, but I remember in my computer class downloading like Star Wars videos.
Were you on LimeWire?
No, LimeWire didn't exist back then. Do you remember there was like
were you
Quentin Tarantino's? Well, could be BBS. I had a bulletin board system. There was a series of videos. I think there were 2 or 3. Back in like 97, 98, 99, somewhere around there. It was stop motion toy animation. It was like Quentin Tarantino's Star Wars.
Vaguely.
And it was basically just a recreation of I think it was like Pulp Fiction references, which I did not get at the time because I was 12.
I mean, to be fair, the only comedy videos being done at that time would have had either Pulp Fiction references or Clerks.
Yeah, probably.
That was the only 2 indie point of references that kids were doing that kind of thing with. Trying to think, what was the year of Troops?
I think that was 97 or like 98. I'm gonna look that up.
Here's the other problem: is I'm opening more of these up, as you saw last time when I did this, was keeping the accessories with the given figure. Oh, so you're asking? So some of these I might, display or swap out. For right now, they're all going to go in a bin, individually bagged.
Okay, so you keep them separated. You don't just like throw them in a bin.
No.
Okay,
I mean,
all right.
I finally, after for years, my original Power of the Force 2 were just all together with all the accessories in a bin, just at upstairs storage. And I finally like, I need to sort through all these. And that's when I found like there were a couple of weapons missing. And okay, well, he's going to fall down too. So you're just going to lay on the Emperor.
Oh, the era. I was trying to get your figures to stand.
So, well, I mean, technically the Comtech chips.
They're a stand.
I could use.
Yeah, that was the...
And I did like that aspect of them too. I am going to move these off to the side though. So put that over there. So your choice. Should we go Jedi or Empire Strikes Back?
Empire Strikes Back all the way.
Ta-da!
Yeah! I love these. They're like, we're running out of ideas. We need a new Chewbacca.
And the flashback photo, I would love if it was just him without the snow covering.
Regular Chewbacca.
The Wookiee senator.
I couldn't even tell you.
Senator.
I couldn't even tell you if there was a Wookiee senator in, like, I'm sure there is. They put it on the card.
$5.99 at Kmart.
Look at that. Wookiee senator. They're just really
I'm actually
reaching
surprised
here.
we have not gotten that in the Black Series. In some exclusive or pack or something.
Hoth Chewbacca. What is it?
Hey, Star Wars team. You looking for a quickie?
Just take your new Chewbacca, paint some white, do a white dry brush on him.
Where's Luke? Is Luke still here?
Probably not.
I wanna see how he would do deco with customizing for an Empire Strikes Back Hoth Snow Chewbacca.
Well, you'd have to take the one from the 40th anniversary ESB. Oh, there he is. He just came back. Look at that.
So Luke, I don't know if you heard that. If you can, we want to see what you would do with the customizing for Hoth Chewbacca, one of the Black Series.
That's just a cocaine Chewbacca is what it is. He sneezed and it just got everywhere.
Well, now I want. Okay, so Luke, in addition to the snow Chewbacca, we need the desk that he's sitting at.
Him and Scarface. This is just 80s Chewbacca right here. This is what happened this is what Chewbacca did with all of his Star Wars money.
And he's wearing the ceremony medal from Yavin.
That's right. You know, he's partying with Alf. They're both getting wasted.
Ah,
classic.
It's great. It's the easiest impression to do.
It really. You just go, ha!
I kill me. So in that wave. So this is the preview wave.
That's the preview wave. Yep.
And so I think we only got maybe one crossover wave with those Comtech chips of original.
I think so.
Weird character selection.
Very weird. Like, I remember the Yoda. They gave Yoda, like, rooted hair and stuff. I don't know if you have that in there. Yeah. And his pot.
That is one of the few I'm missing that has his little cook pot.
Yeah.
Oh, this bowcaster's horrible. I mean, this is just a hunk of... Look how thick that...
Yeah, that's pretty thick. I love the original, like, first wave Chewbacca. Because, again, he was all bulky and stuff. And then he came with, like, this random, again, giant gun that he's never used.
And someone who had a pretty giant gun.
Yeah.
The bowcaster is not small.
It's not a small weapon.
I mean, you make
it
sound so easy, Luke.
Yeah. White paint, dry brush. That's exactly what I said.
I mean, this sounds like it's already a in progress project to me. Okay, this is not. Is this going to go in? Oh, this is just like a rubber mess. You're just going to hold it like that.
There he goes. That's how he's just going to. It's like a club now.
Well, now it looks like he's mining.
Yeah. That's the Kessel mines.
But sculpt wise, this is light
It's
years
great.
better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the proportions are good. I love how the snow is on the bag as well.
Yep.
And that face sculpt. In fact, let's see. Here's
I was
my
going to
other,
say,
here's my other innovation.
For 1998-99, it
Can we
oh, look at that.
Because unfortunately, my Elgato cam, which is a beautiful cam for doing high resolution, doesn't have zoom.
Boo.
So I'm holding a magnifying glass up to my figures. By the way, everyone, if you want to support the channel, I have an Amazon wish list that's in the links below. Also, a tip thing, which I guess works. I don't know yet.
A convenient plug.
I mean, I'm holding up manually a magnifying glass to my camera.
Again, low-tech solutions for high-tech problems.
I thought the timing was perfect. Here we go. Death Star
there
droid.
We go. With a little mouse droid, too.
And we got another slide.
Yep.
Back. Let's see. Can I do this? No one make fun of my janky stream.
Oh, I was like, what are you doing? Okay. That works.
Unfortunately, I don't have enough hands to also hold the magnifying glass. Hold on.
Oh, there you go.
So it's just an overhead shot of the corridor.
That's it.
In the
I feel like I'm getting an eye exam right now. Is
also,
one better or two?
I could just do
this. One better?
There you go. It's on the back. It's just there.
The one little frame where you see that. I mean, look at this lineup. We have the C-3PO with the pull apart Empire Strikes Back and the cargo net.
Yep.
We got muscular Ewoks.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. That removable helmet Vader. I didn't actually. That was one I missed for the longest time until I was at a job. Like I was working, and one of my coworkers was like, "Yeah, I got a bunch of Star Wars toys I was thinking about getting rid of." And it's offhanded. I was like, "Oh, you got a removable helmet Vader?" He's like, "Yeah, I do." And he gave it to me, and it was great. Nicest thing he's ever done. I don't remember his name right now. Couldn't tell you.
And then you got rid of that figure.
And I got rid of it. Yeah.
Gesture.
Eventually, I got rid of it anyway.
It's like, you know what? I've moved beyond friendship. I'm an adult now.
This means nothing to me.
Motion's nothing.
Nothing.
So what of the figures you've gotten in this recent flurry of figures that have been inundating people, have you been most excited about? Like, what made you the happiest?
So it was R2, mostly just because that R2 mold has plagued the line for going on 10 years now of being too small.
Well, now, prior to that, to get it properly, you'd have to go to what, Mafex or
a Mafex, yeah, or the Bandai model kits, or I do have an SH Figure Arts R2D2 that someone sent me. So I've got.
So do you think all those companies right now are going, well, the jig is up now. We better sell off these stocks quick.
That's it.
So the only reason we kept this thing in production was that everyone would turn to us.
Nope. And now the customers win because they'll be getting rid of them super cheap. But no, I was looking forward to that the most. But now it's Doc Onder.
It's weird, and I understand, and I'm glad because obviously the reuse is on the horizon.
Oh, easily.
But it's so weird to see.
It's weird. No. It's weird. Weird choice. I would have never in a million years, if you gave me a list of Star Wars figures, it would have taken me probably like 300 guesses to get to Doc Onder. Maybe even more than that. Probably more than that.
Now these look. This is the silver on that's super shiny.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where it feels like it's vac metallized.
Well, it's the body is the exact same mold as the original C-3PO.
Well, no, it is the top is not.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Well, I know the stance is. I could tell that stance from.
Oh yeah, that wide legged.
Yeah, the wide legged. Yeah.
But they did resculpt.
Oh, they did. They resculpted the top. Okay. It's hard to see the detail.
The platter.
Yeah.
we can enhance. So you can see.
Okay, yeah, that is a little different.
Like it doesn't
the big
have
circle.
the
Yeah. So you're right. That is new on the front, but those wide legs and those thick thighs, that's 100% first wave C3PO.
the fact, that you get a muscular.
I'm
I
C3PO.
don't understand the thinking in the design of that line beyond the human cures. Like, you know what? We need a thick droid.
I need my droids thick.
Bespin Luke.
There we go. This is a big deal.
Lower price, $2.97.
Look at that. This one had a removable hand, and it was one of the first figures that had like an extra joint because of it. Oh, look at that. It had a little book.
We need to get for our slides.
That's right.
I do need to pick up the binoculars as well.
Yeah, I remember distinctly when figures started coming with more than just the shoulders, the neck, the legs, and the waist. So this one, because the wrist was removable, technically he could move it. I remember, was it Admiral Mati? I think his arm could move up and down because he had like choking action or whatever.
Yeah, like the hand was in his permanent pose to go to his neck.
Right. I think the mail away Cantina band members had arm
Swivel
joints.
arms.
Yeah.
That weird swivel arm that plagued the line for a while, where they thought, "Oh, we don't need like an actual joint.
Yeah, we don't need joints. We just need to go like this."
Let's swivel,
Yeah.
like human beings do.
Justin, I am getting the Return of the Jedi Force Spirit 3-pack. That's one I'm 100% getting.
Why can't we get the logs? Why picture what is
they keep showing them. They keep
the
showing
obvious and actually would justify charging a full figure price for the Yoda as a third of that price.
Yeah.
Hasbro, why do you do?
I don't know, but you're right. The paying basically $25 for that little Yoda is tough, real tough.
I mean, we even the Grogu came with at least the pram,
the stuff, the pram
to make you think. Mm-hmm. Oh, I guess fine, whatever.
Yeah,
which was the extent of my capitulation to accepting that as a thing that happened. But yeah, give us the little. How hard could that be to do a little display stand like that?
Well, I'm sure Lance Peter Luke is going to come up with something.
I expect we'll see that, and maybe someone out there will do a swappable Sebastian Shaw head.
Oh man, I really, really wanted them to do a Sebastian Shaw head. Like it's a no-brainer.
It's never going to happen, though.
I know it's because they've officially switched over. But here's the problem: if they did one with Vintage Collection, they would include a Sebastian Shaw head on it because the original Vintage version was a Sebastian Shaw version.
And this line that we're going through right now.
Yes, there's also one.
I think going to be the last line that includes Sebastian Shaw.
Yeah, specifically, there was one in that flashback wave, right?
Yes.
There we go.
It's like the swan song for. Because the special editions had just come out.
Yeah, and they hadn't swapped over.
He was still canon because there's no prequel. There was no
prequels. Yeah, there was no Hayden Christensen. Yeah.
Hayden Christensen was still in middle school?
Yes, something like that. Yeah, it wasn't until the DVD release in 2004 that they swapped it over.
So of the ones we've opened so far,
yeah,
what would you love in Black Series?
Oh, well, I mean,
besides just saying all of them, but what's the one that really is like, if you would top the list of like, yeah, we need that.
Okay, so well, the E-Web probably. I mean, we're getting an indoor trooper, which I'm very much looking forward to.
Simple world building stuff.
That you wouldn't even have to like. It wouldn't be that much more.
It's not a tauntaun. That's not.
No, you could easily do. Honestly, I'm trying to decide. No, I'm trying to decide how much I would pay for an E-Web. Like $45, maybe. If it came with a Stormtrooper. And the eWeb.
You know what? Again, Hasbro Pulse.
Yeah.
Sell us just an eWeb for $20.
20 bucks, 25. Sure. Absolutely.
Don't need a figure. We already got a snowtrooper.
I have 3 or 4 snowtroopers. I don't need more snowtroopers. That's true.
Just sell us that as an accessory.
Yep. And then that was one of the things, like, when I went to Star Wars Celebration last year, I talked with Eric for a while, and one of the questions was, like, are we going to get some accessory packs? Like, there are so many accessories, it'd be nice to have. Or just ways to get replacement lightsabers.
I'll never tell, and disappeared into the crowd.
Basically. He said they've kicked around the idea, what he said. So very non-committal, not a no, but like, definitely so not a yes.
Kicking?
Yeah, right.
Like, what are the stages of kicking around an idea when it comes to development?
I don't know.
It's we've talked about this before on your wonderful show as well on Black Series Cantina. The thing that frustrates me the most, again, is the lack of communication.
Yeah, easily
from the Hasbro team. Much of it,
that's team's biggest problem. Yeah,
and it's the weird sort of coyness and evasiveness that makes you just go. That's the thing that aggravates.
Yeah,
which is unnecessary aggravation. Because you could also just say that is something we cannot talk about, but they give that sort of
yeah,
and it's like, life's too short. With what we've been through in the past few years, please don't play games like this anymore.
Just tell us.
Okay,
I'm an adult. There you go.
We're all adults. Please.
Okay, my new answer is Lobot.
I'm surprised we haven't gotten a Lobot.
He was who I voted for back in the day where they were doing a fan vote for a figure, and Dagobah Luke won, but I voted for Lobot every time I could. And I don't care if he's going to be a peg warmer. I don't care. I want a Lobot.
I mean, I think peg warming is not the fault of the character.
Agreed.
So, put this on some Empire card.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be some reuse.
I mean, I feel like they could easily reuse, like, General Lando. He's got those same puffy sleeves. Yeah. I
mean, in fact, we can...
I mean, as long as they've got a Lobot head on, I don't care. They could put on Princess Leia's body for all I care. No, that's not true. That's not
too late.
True.
You said it.
No, I said it. I ruined it. I'm so sorry, everybody.
That just came down when we were on.
Joe Hasbro, Mr. Hasbro is watching this, and he's like, "Oh, a Leia body, you say?"
Mortimus J. Hasbro.
That's right.
They were talking about how we could do a Lobot.
With a Leia body. Oh,
get me the Star Wars team.
Twirling his mustache.
On the hunter.
Now I have to go tie a damsel to the railroad tracks.
And tell her about the price increases. It's the economy, you know.
Oh, you must pay your rent.
It's the cost of tooling. It's tooling.
Oh, my favorite was the Boba Fett, because they're like, it's the cost of putting it together was the Boba Fett excuse.
What is this?
It's like a communication thing. It's like a little a comm thing.
Okay. That he can't hold.
No, why would he be able to hold it?
There it is.
What do you want? You want to actually hold it?
This is again that sort of Power of the Force 2 signature pose. Like, I don't understand.
Bent knees.
That's not
action. It's good for circulation. It's good for circulation. Urkel showed us that.
Deep vein thrombosis.
That's right. He's not going to get any pulmonary embolisms, all right?
And you know what? He doesn't look so much like Lobot as he does the villain in The Last Starfighter.
You're not wrong.
Because he's got, I don't know if you can see, these really bushy gray eyebrows.
Yep.
There's a deep reference for folks.
It's so good.
Go see how right I am. Also, last Starfighter.
You just need a boss to go with them to pilot on in the good guy ship.
So here's Lando.
Here we go. It's the same gun, isn't it?
It is
On the right.
Yes.
It's the same gun. Yeah.
And then he's got. Is that just a stormtrooper blaster?
It's a stormtrooper blaster. Yep.
Oh,
Love those. Look at Billy D's abs, man.
And this is FAO Schwartz.
Oh, nice.
I mean, this is why I don't get rid of cards as well. Is the time travel aspect.
The time travel. Yeah. I mean, I forgot FAO Schwartz was a thing back in the 90s, and they sold action figures.
Also did not put the prices on their cards.
No, because they probably charged like $3 or $4 more for it. I always thought FAO Schwartz
came out. What year was this? Is
that
95.
96,
I was
95. This was part of Wave 2.
NYU.
Yeah.
I could have walked into FAO Schwartz and picked this figure up off the rack and went, "That's too expensive."
Yeah, this was part of Wave 2, which was like shadow dropped. I remember people like scalping them. I think it was this. I think it was Boba Fett, and I think it was X-Wing Luke, but it wasn't X-Wing Luke.
Yeah, it was on the card.
No, they're not on the card. Yeah, because they just randomly came out. Like no one was expecting it.
Yoda was in this wave, wasn't he?
No. Oh, maybe.
Yes. Well, Yoda was not in Wave 1.
No, Yoda was not in Wave. I think Yoda was in Wave 3.
This was was he?
Yeah, I think Yoda was in Wave 3.
This was an Empire wave.
It came out at the same time as the Dagobah Luke.
Now, was that when they went to the green cards then for that wave?
No, I think that was the wave after this one.
Right, the one in Wave 3.
Yeah.
With Yoda.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember when they went to the foil. The foil.
That was when the Jawas came out. It was like the Jawas, R5D4, and the Sand Trooper all came out in the same wave.
You mean
and that was
R5D4
around 90
with the action feature?
Yes, with the guns and the and the rocket launcher. And I think that was around 97 because I think it was supposed to be like a tie-in for the A New Hope special edition. Or maybe it was like 96. But
iridescence.
It's resplendent.
Now I need to know what that's in reference to, Alkanox.
I have no idea. So he does. Alkanox.
So what, say what we all.
Yeah,
what do we...
sure. I'm looking up Power of the Force 2 waves now. That's what I'm doing. We're doing this. This is where I'm at. Okay. So yeah. So wave 1 was the Obi-Wan, C-3PO, Chewbacca, all those. And I remember like Princess Leia was added in like part way through wave 1. She wasn't originally in it. Wave 2,
that infamous Leia.
Yes, Justin, that was the Jawas that had pipe lighting. As I almost said. Wave 2 was Boba Fett, Lando, and the X-wing Luke, but it was really Snowspeeder Luke because he has the wrong colored gloves. Wave 3 was Han Solo and Hoth Gear, Luke Skywalker, Dagobah Luke, the TIE Fighter pilot, and then Yoda. Wave 4 only had 2 figures. It was Han Solo and Carbonite and Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. And then Wave 5 was the Jawas. Stormtrooper Luke. That's right. Man Aiden, R5D4, and a Tusken Raider.
Which would have been the mail away time for the Han.
Yes, Kellogg. It would have been. The Kellogg. I think that was actually a lot earlier. I think that was like around 96.
So
he didn't come with a blaster. It was really weird.
Should we open it?
Yeah, let's do it.
We doing this?
I remember this is also one of the ones that came like they were trying to make them look dirty, so they like had a weird plastic that they molded it into.
Marbleized.
Yeah,
more than dirty.
Right.
Like, let's see.
I think the Sand Trooper was the same way, but this looked way worse.
So here's the vintage collection version.
Does that one have the head that pops up so you can use?
I can now use it in the N1 Starfighter.
I was gonna say, could use it. Yeah. I'm tempted by that. I'm probably not going to buy it, but I'm very tempted by that.
You know, after not getting the Razor Crest,
yeah,
knowing I need the price is hurtful.
Yeah, 135 or whatever is pretty rough.
That's I just want I would love an explanation of how this breaks down, because it all smells fishy.
Well, mathematically, it's one half of the Razor Crest. Duh.
But if you look at the vehicle prices just 10 years ago,
Yeah.
even
That would have cost
factoring
60,
in
40?
inflation,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. Well, I mean, isn't that the whole thing? Like, you had that super big Millennium Falcon that was like $100 or something, and then they just released it 2 years ago. It was $400.
For tooling and I understand you put in some more sounds.
Yeah, sure.
But it's the exact same tooling. It's
Yeah.
the mold. Yes, you updated the paint a bit, but that's
Yeah.
not completely designing a brand new figure. I mean, the brand new vehicle.
Yeah.
And it actually has less figures, right? No, it has the same.
It has the
It comes
same.
with a Chewbacca and a Hondo as opposed to a Han and a Chewbacca.
Correct. Yeah.
But $400 for that? No. What do you?
No, it's ridiculous. But people, I think this is what Hasbro does. They look at those aftermarket prices and see what people are paying, and they go from there. And it's not just to Star Wars. Like they started doing with Transformers as well, where they saw, back in like, was it 2015, 16, somewhere around there. Third-party Transformers were huge, and people are dropping $150, $200, $300 on these Transformers. But like the official Masterpiece Transformers are like $80, $90, things like that. And then they started bumping up their prices because they're seeing what people are paying for third-party stuff.
But that's people are doing that out of desperation.
I know, and they're taking advantage of it.
And that's the thing that I think is increasingly leading to the burnout that is going to be the thing that potentially kills the line. Is because, it's attrition, and I can't believe this thing. This is the dumbest feature.
I love it. It's so dumb. It's not just the rocket firing coming out of it. It's the guns on the legs.
Oh yeah, the fact that you really had he
has blasters on his legs. Because I can forgive that little gimmick. Like you don't have to even open them up to do this. You can ignore it, even though he's got the stupid bar on his legs.
Yeah, but the fact that those were added,
he's got blasters on his.
It's like he knows that his motivator is wonk, and he's overcompensating.
His motivator is bad. How bad is it? It's this bad.
And the proportions are all out of whack on it. Yeah. It's like you stretched. So
because they had to fit that rocket firing mechanism in there.
I think he's like R5D2.
There we go.
Like he's an older brother that, his best droid years are behind him.
He's gained a little weight.
He drinks a little too much oil.
He goes to the same parties with Chewbacca.
Yeah. A little touchy. But here,
don't mention his weight. He's working on it. He's very sensitive.
So here's where I think the freeze frame era is where I think the line really started transitioning and getting great sculpts.
Yes.
Starting really to deep dive into the more obscure characters, which would blossom, I think, with the figures we would see in like 2002, 2003, 2004.
Agreed. Yeah.
When it's like, we're going to do everything you saw in this frame. You're going to assemble this entire briefing room. You want a cantina full of aliens? You want a sail barge that, eventually we're going to charge you $600 for?
That might have been also part of it.
On that sail
people
barge.
Are like, oh man, they'll pay $500 for a sail barge?
Here's the thing that I don't understand. So you have these Hasbro Pulse projects.
Sure. Yep.
The tooling exists.
Sure.
You sold
for a sail barge though?
No, meaning you just did it. You just did it. You funded it. You got it made. People got that initial offering.
Yep.
Offer it again.
No, absolutely not.
Offer it again.
It would ruin any future HasLabs because people will just say like, "Oh, I'll just wait for the re-release."
But
It,
the
the
thing
whole
about
the whole
that is
thing about
you
them though
never
is it
get
predicates.
you never get the re-release until the initial release.
But
Meaning
it's
paying for it.
predicated on it being a
Right.
unique offering.
But I think that's the wrong way to look at it. I think the right way to look at it is, if you even want to see this thing, do it now. Also, include materials that are exclusive to it. Like if they were to re-release the sail barge, it doesn't have the exclusive yak face that was carded with it. You know, maybe it doesn't have the making of book. It's just the folks who want a sail barge for their displays, and the thing was in such limited
Did
quantity.
it come with a Jabba the Hutt?
Yes. Came with a Jabba.
So maybe no Jabba too.
The fact that the TVC
Yeah.
only has a Jabba that you could have either gotten with a Rancor or with a sail barge is ridiculous.
That's actually pretty true. I'm still against re-releasing HasLabs. I think that
Like the Razor Crest,
yeah.
don't include the Grogu. Don't include the exclusive things that still make it exclusive. But the vehicle itself, put it back out there. Also, you know it's not going to be as cheap in the second offering as it was in the initial offer, even though it should. It's not going to.
So, okay. So if they re-release the Razor Crest, so the original offering was $349. If they did it for $400, but it came with less.
Here's the thing. Much like the first HasLab, have a threshold.
Okay.
If we don't sell 3,000 of these, it doesn't get put back into production. Have a threshold beyond. That way you can judge if there are enough people out there who weren't able to get it the first time, can't get it, and it's selling cheaper than it is in the aftermarket. Try and get the thing. Great. Then it goes back into production if you reach that threshold. If it doesn't, then it doesn't, and everyone's in the same spot they were.
So like a HasLab Part 2?
Or just a second offering without the
second
exclusives that were part of the first offering. So people can still feel, oh, I got a thing you don't get because I was there at the beginning and I got the special thing.
Well, some of it, like, so I know like some of the, because the Razor Crest came out before tiers were a thing. Like they were literally, it was selling so fast, they were just making stuff up as they went.
But that's also because people had the experience of the sail barge, of knowing that, oh, I missed out on that.
Yeah.
I better get in on this.
Yeah.
But
so
that
I remember
was
like
before I got back into collecting enough to where that was even on my radar.
Yeah.
Like I would have, you know, knowing especially now what I know. And that's why I went ahead, even though it wasn't a HasLab, and got the Palace.
Yeah.
Playset.
Well, that was in the Palace was interesting because it's not a HasLab, but it's also kind of a limited thing because they had it for pre-order for a long time, but then they took the pre-orders down.
Did you see that they just put it back up for a little
did they? Oh, did they?
Announced period?
I did not see that.
Which makes me think that they're close to shipping, even though they're not supposed to be till fall.
And I was thinking, like, I wish they would do more stuff like that, where they have a crazy expensive thing up there. It's not limited. If you want it, you can buy it. But then they'll be like, you know what? It's only going to be offered for another week. Get it now or don't get it. And I think that's a fun option that doesn't have the stress of, you know, predicated on other people also buying it, I guess.
Also, if there's one thing that came out of this stream, this is the thing that I'm happiest about.
That Lance Peter Luke's did a deep dive.
The fact, hey,
I've
seen your shelf series, Luke. I know you have a great Hoth display, little section there.
He does.
You need to have that snowy Chewbacca.
He can get that South Passage scene looking real good.
That just cries out. Also, this cries out proper use of a Comtech chip.
Absolutely.
Now, can you imagine getting him in Black Series?
I would love a Wooher in Black Series. The droid detector is a weird choice for him to come with. I'm not mad at it, but it's just weird.
It just points out the awfulness of him as a person.
Yes, it's true. Well, you know,
let's just say that we can probably assume that he was probably a supporter of Palpatine.
100%. Yeah. Or at least maybe he had a bad experience during the Clone Wars.
Didn't everybody?
Yeah. They did.
I mean, I don't. Is there any character that's not traveling around with their Clone Wars trauma just on their sleeve?
Well, you know, I was talking about this with my wife the other night. You know, no spoilers for the latest episode of Mandalorian if people haven't seen it. But Grogu over the show, he's nonverbal. But you know, like he's 50. If Yoda lived to be 900, relatively speaking, that should be like a 5-year-old child somewhere around there. Like 5-year-old children can speak for the most part. Whereas he's still doing like baby cooing noises and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, like, is this like a traumatic he's nonverbal because of the trauma of Order 66? Like, am I reading too much into this, or do they just want cute baby coo kind of thing?
He's just a jerk.
Oh, he definitely is just a jerk, dude.
Maybe he's like, I want to be carried.
No, Grogu is 100% an asshole. Like 100%. It's not even a question. He was eating that lady's frogs. He knew that those eggs belonged to that lady. They were her children. Like, they're not just random eggs. Like, he fully knew what he was doing.
I'm a baby.
Yeah.
I don't know any better.
No. That's what my cats do that. When my youngest cat
is 50 years of accumulated observations and knowledge
exactly
in your life, regardless of your development cycle, you've seen 50 years worth of experiences.
Exactly. But like if my youngest cat knows she's in trouble, she'll plop and she'll like, I'm so cute. Don't get mad at me. I'm so cute. Like
yeah. What are you gonna punish this?
Right.
Is it really that important that you would punish this?
This because I'm so cute.
Not the mama. Also, I love accusatory pointing wooher is
your droids.
The surly human wooher saw a lot of action while working at the seedy Mos Eisley Cantina. What kind of action did he?
He saw some action. You know there was prostitution in there.
I'm wondering what shift was he? What shift was B. Arthur working?
She worked the night shift. He worked the day shift.
When there's entertainment,
right.
His policy not to allow droids in the establishment was facilitated by a droid detector unit. Oh boy.
Your droids.
So his lines, what lines do you think he has?
Your droids, no blasters. Easily no blasters.
No blasters. Yeah, that's one.
I'm assuming there's blaster noises. There's probably a lightsaber noise. Because I know they do no?
No. We get the lovely, hey, we don't serve their kind.
We don't serve their kind, yeah.
We get the droid alarm sound effect to go with his accessory.
All right.
And then the two you mentioned droids left away outside and no blasters.
Yeah.
No
blasters! No blasters! Oh no!
Do you think they held off on a wooher until the contact technology was ready to properly roll him out?
Easily. Because I don't even think they didn't do a wooher in the that was the first wooher action figure. Forever.
This was on another one. This was originally released through the fan club.
Yes.
As a fan's choice fan club offering.
Yes, it was.
That's the other thing we just don't. I miss the days. Like, wouldn't it be great if they did have?
I would love mailaways.
A fan or a fan poll for Black Series.
The last one they did was that Dagobah Luke. Or the archive Commander, the one that Commander Cody won with the archive.
Oh, good. Give me my Afra, please.
Yeah, they need to do more archive or polls.
He really should have a pointing hand.
What does he look like? He's just no droids. That's the reason for no droids is that R5 gets.
What you don't
jealous.
realize is he's married to a droid.
That's
See
right.
that ring on his finger?
R5 gets jealous when other droids come into his establishment.
But the two of them, there's a story here.
R5's just a love machine.
There's a story. No droids allowed in my heart. Also, again, just to further.
There we go.
And your journey to the dark side is complete.
You did that to him, and I'm here for it.
I can't wait. I hope I get a shout out or an accusatory shout out in the eventual video.
Something.
Look.
There we go. Mon Mothma.
Now one of only 3.
That's right.
Mon Mothma figures we've ever had.
But it comes with an accessory. She comes with a pointer stick.
No, I'm sorry. It's her baton.
A baton, yeah. So she can conduct the orchestra.
Many Bothans died to get me this stick. Oh, remember Maydeen also has a stick.
Yes, he also has a
share
stick.
The stick? Is it like
they no? It's the talking stick. They go back and forth about who can talk, so they hand the baton back and forth. Oh man, so General Maydeen, fake beard, which is great, died in a book for absolutely no reason whatsoever. And I remember being so mad they killed him off in a book, and then the reason they killed him was the dumbest reason in the world. It was in a book called
Grow That Beard.
No, he can't. It was a fake beard because why
My
not?
belief on the beard is that he's in essentially the rebel version of Witness Relocation.
Witness protection.
He was a former Imperial.
Okay, that makes sense.
Who defected to the Rebel Alliance.
So he doesn't want them to know. So hence the beard.
Hence the elaborate fake beard.
The disguise. He also has glasses with a nose on it. But...
And the Imperial version of him didn't have a stick.
No.
The stick throws him off.
Yeah. Are you Nadine?
And
are you Crix Nadine?
Yeah, to his friends, Crix.
Yeah, Crix, yeah. Which is, I'm sorry, did you say Chris? No, Crix.
You know, like Topher.
Crick. Yeah. Cricks are for kids.
Oh, boo. Butt points. It's weird that we never got another Jedi Mothma in 3 3/4 after this. It's a good. I'm glad it was this period.
Yeah, I loved also back when they had nothing. They're just a lump of plastic with movable arms.
I mean, but on the shelf.
Sure, and no, they were the best because they did not fall over.
I mean, honestly, beyond you opening up initially and maybe doing a video on it.
Yeah.
What's the deepest pose you have on your shelf right now? Because you're generally a museum like a straight figural pose. You're not doing action poses with the bulk of yours, right?
No, I don't, because the action poses take up more room, so I have to keep them up. I do have a couple clones and some fun poses, but that's about it. I have to position, if they're holding a lightsaber, I have to position it so if they fall, the lightsaber doesn't hit the ground first.
How many lightsabers have you lost?
3.
Again, we talked about this, but Hasbro Pulse sell lightsabers.
Sell lightsabers. I would buy so many lightsabers.
Ewok celebration outfit. Still never quite explained.
Where did they get the dress from? Don't question it. Don't question it.
I hope it is covered in the Certain Point of View book that's coming out.
There's a story
just about the Ewok celebration dress.
Yep.
Like the battle's still going on. Leia, why change out of your battle outfit into the dress before it was time to celebrate? Like this is she's in that dress when Luke.
Yeah, when they bring Han and Luke in. I think it was supposed to be one of those in the 50s where the girl gets captured and she's in the spider web or whatever, and you go in expecting that, but then she's just, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just here. I don't know why they didn't want to eat me and they wanted to eat you, but I'm good.
Also, free clothes.
Yeah. Well, because those clothes are definitely from someone that they ate.
Oh, without a doubt.
Without a doubt. Because Ewoks eat people.
Yeah, that's why every time I see that end celebration and you see all the buckets.
Oh yeah,
of the troopers.
They ate those troopers.
It's like what rebels? What are you all eating at this party? Are you?
You don't want to know.
Although Lando, I'm sure, is cool with all of it.
Lando doesn't give a fuck.
Hey, yeah, I'll have some.
Yeah, sure. You got a Colt 45 over there for me?
I'm good. I'm hungry. Did you see what I did on Death Star?
I'm smooth.
Taking out a Death Star makes you hungry. I don't care. A bunch of jerks anyway.
But yeah, this one was weird. Like, okay, like, what do you give this Leia? The Black Series has this problem. She doesn't have any accessories.
So it looks like it's got essentially a version of her New Hope blaster.
A New Hope blaster, yep.
But not the specific New Hope blaster?
Yeah. It's the same. They did the same thing with the Black Series version. They gave her this blaster, and they gave her also an Ewok spear. And yet, Mon Mothma, we got nothing. Give Mon Mothma an Ewok spear.
You don't know what that stick does. It's pointy. That thing's
It's like the baton.
yeah.
A baton is just a bureaucracy spear.
So, here's another thing that has been cast to the dustbin of changes that is immortalized in this line. Beyond the Force Ghost Sebastian Shaw. Do you know what it is? Can you guess?
Is it Aunt Beru?
That no longer exists. Well, Aunt Beru still exists.
Oh, then it's gonna be Lax Sivrak.
Lax Sivrak.
Yeah. That is my biggest thing I don't like about the special edition. Like, I know the whole who shot first thing is kind of annoying or whatever. Lax Sivrak erasure is real, and it was unnecessary. It was ridiculous.
Why isn't that a YouTube short on your channel? Lax Sivrak erasure is real, man.
and they changed him to be some kind of weird elephant tusk guy or whatever. Or you kept the weird lamprey eel that he's talking to in the shot, but not the actual Lax Sivrak. And there was it Tales from the Mos Eisley Cantina? He was actually like romantically involved with that lamprey eel. They were both at the Battle of Hoth, and I think he was Force sensitive. Just the dumbest.
I mean, the expanded universe.
I really don't like the
probably
expanded
a chair
sometimes.
that was Force sensitive. You know that one chair, that one booth in the cantina that was Force sensitive?
Yeah, it was self-aware and Force sensitive.
I'm going to join the rebellion. Somebody pick me up.
Well, it's like the story about what IG-11 had or IG-88 had like downloaded himself into the Death Star.
Oh boy. Oh, Lax Sivrak comes with this blaster pistol, and this is what they're calling a vibroblade.
Yeah, that's not a vibroblade.
I mean, it looks like maybe a little mini chainsaw.
Yeah.
I like when they're just given access to words.
Sure.
Like, it's called a vibroblade. I think that's in one of the movies.
I've heard about vibroblades before, right?
Don't tell me. I mean, look at those little werewolf hands.
They're so cool. I love his design. I love.
And this is the only time the weird legs actually are legitimately perfect for the character.
Yep.
Okay, well, this is going to be one where I'm just going to have to hook this on so I don't lose it. Although, well, no. Is this that's an arm clamp. Okay. You know.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. They gave him the clamps.
For when you want a surprise.
Yeah.
Is he going to be able to hold this? Okay, yeah, he's going to be able to hold it. So surely you had a Lax Sivrak.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely had Lax Sivrak.
You should get that treated.
Well, it's got a lot of side effects to the medication, and I just didn't want to do that. Yeah.
Here it is.
There we go. Anakin Skywalker. He comes with a lightsaber for some reason. I don't know why, but sure. And it's not even Force Ghost Anakin Skywalker. It's literally
it's not even his, like, Luke's lightsaber.
No. It's a lightsaber.
Like did he just, in the Force just get randomly, there's like a bucket of lightsabers sitting around?
Yeah. Yeah, why not? Is it? It's Anakin Skywalker.
We spoiled it.
Oh my god.
But what a weird relic to have. I mean,
It is weird. It's so weird.
just total erasure of.
Yep. Remember when Anakin Skywalker was an old man ghost, and I remember someone was like, "Oh, but the kids wouldn't get it." Like, I was a kid. I understood the situation.
Well, we did just see him with the helmet off,
Right.
on the Death Star.
Yeah.
It's not like we have zero context for how he looks as an old man.
Right.
We just got it a few minutes before that.
Just now he's got
Tell
hair
your
and
sister
eyebrows.
You are
You
right.
are right.
You know, because it matters, I guess.
I'm very.
Points.
The next time they re-release the Star Wars trilogy on something and they change it, 100% they're going to change Darth Vader to Hayden Christensen because he's going to be old enough. They're going to re-record those lines. They're going to digitally insert his head onto Vader's body.
A slight Canadian accent.
Yes, and 100% they are. That's
right,
coming.
eh?
Sorry, Luke.
Oh no. What'd I do?
You want to go for some poutine?
I want to see you with my own eyes, eh? Oh, you better take off. Leave me. Oh, that Emperor's a real hoser.
You know it's going to happen, though.
I mean, I want it to happen now. I don't think they'll go that far. I don't think Lucas would have already done that. He had the opportunity to.
Well, what's going to be different, though, is Hayden Christensen will be the right age.
But he's never going to look. He's
No.
just going to look like a weirdly aged up version of himself. Like
It's true. He doesn't have that egg head.
well, he does or he doesn't have that thing where you just, where unfortunately I speak from experience where you just everything just goes to hell and you're just like,
That's true, too.
I don't even recognize myself. What happened?
Oh, no. I went to my grandma's house last year, and I took a picture and posted it on my Instagram of me in, high school. And people are like, that's not you. It's like, yeah, it is. It doesn't look anything like me now.
So yeah, I totally buy. I totally buy
absolutely.
Hayden turning into Sebastian Shaw.
I do know, I think one of the last things they changed, though, with him is they did remove his eyebrows digitally.
Yes.
Because originally he had eyebrows.
Because they don't grow back, I guess.
No.
And back to don't do eyebrows.
Back to the eyebrows.
But he has that weird attendant. What's his attendant's name that we see in Rogue One? Do you think he has him put little eyebrows on?
Maybe he dropped it's like an alopecia thing where he has
Master Vader, let me
your eyebrows. Do you want shocked? Do you want angry?
You look fetch.
He's like a Mr. Potato Head.
You put them on sideways. You jerk. Vader, have you looked at your eyebrows?
Vader, why do you look so sad?
Are you gonna cry? You gonna cry again? Fortunately, whenever I hear Palpatine, my thoughts go to Seth MacFarlane's Robot Chicken Palpatine before they do
all the time. Yeah.
Go for Palpatine.
Go for Palpatine. That and the
You gonna cry now? You gonna cry?
I will always refer to the interrogation droid as Dr. Ball because of those. I don't know. Dr. Ball just cracks me up. It really does.
Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Go F yourself. Aww.
What the fuck is an aluminum falcon?
Oh my god, he's crying. Oh, well. Which one do you want to go to first?
Oh, Snuva! Well, first of all, that Luke is legitimately a great look, and if they did any Shadows of the Empire thing in the Black Series, it's going to be that. But I freaking love Snuva so much.
So where do you stand on Shadows of the Empire?
It was
Speaking of a dark time when there was very little material.
The year was 1996. Again, the prequels were
on the Shadows of the Empire CD. So
Yeah. So that I'll get to that. The prequels were 3 years off, but they weren't even. They were like one of those things that could happen so far in the future. We don't even know if it really is going to happen. So they're like, what do? We can't release a movie. Well, we've got this book coming out. What if we made this book like a movie?
Oh, remember the new word, multimedia.
Correct. Yes. So it got a video game. It got a soundtrack. It got a comic release, and it got an action figure line
And a novel.
And the novel was like the star. The novel, if it weren't for the novel, none of the other stuff would happen. The novel was the reason it all happened.
And this predates Power of the Force 2.
No. This is a...
I thought that the Shadows of the Empire line...
No. This was 96?
That's right. It was a confusion. I always confused them when they came out.
Yeah, this was pretty early in the line, but it was after that initial 95 wave.
But it had everything.
It did. Well, it had a set of... That was when they started doing the holographic
as well, wasn't there?
I think so.
Oh yeah, the holographic.
The holographic ones. This is also how they released the Princess Leia in Bosch disguise, or however you want to say it. I don't know. It's a made up word.
And also when Boba Fett's ship got released for the first time.
That's true. They put that ship out for the first time as part of Shadows of the Empire, which you also had the Outrider.
And I think the first time
IG-88. Yep. And it was a slightly different remold of the Boba Fett they'd already released.
So where do you stand on Dash Rendar?
I love Dash Rendar, unironically.
Where's your Outrider? Why do I see an Outrider behind you?
Extreme 90s Han Solo replacement with a really awesome shoulder pad. If they made a Black Series Outrider, I'd buy it, but it would have to have the same gimmick that it didn't really have, where the cockpit swiveled up. I don't know where they got that. It wasn't in the book. It wasn't in any of the video games.
So what do you want in the Black Series? Do you want this first? Do you want Dash Rendar?
Oh my god, probably Dash Rendar, but Chewbacca as Snuva. It was such a weird way.
A little bit of Saw Gerrera back there,
or Saw Gerrera has a little bit of Snuva. It was no one literally
was looking at this when they were designing.
No,
Saw Gerrera.
No, but they did this just to explain Chewbacca's haircut in Return of the Jedi. That was why they did this.
So once you're done with the Hoth, Chewbacca,
yes.
Luke,
yes, Mega Snuva. I love that the axe.
When's your birthday, Mike?
It just passed.
You need a Snuva for next year.
Yeah. The axe can actually plug into his back, which I like.
Well, that thing's not going in that arm. Let's do the axe in the back.
Yeah, put that axe in his back. Luke's painting it right now. There you go.
Snuva,
I love weapon storage.
Snuva.
It's just like he's got random dyed patches all over his skin, all over his fur.
They really disguised him.
Is that really... Chewbacca? No, that's Snuva. Come on. What are you, racist? You're saying all Wookiees look the same?
You know, Snuva. You never heard of Snuva before?
Snuva.
And Bausch is about a foot shorter now.
Right?
I mean, we gotta have to open the Luke, don't we?
We have to. I love this. I think it's Luke disguised like a Coruscant guard or something.
Imperial guard disguise with taser staff.
With taser staff.
Yeah, I don't have a Dash Rendar. I think Dash Rendar is the only one I'm missing from.
Oh, so you got Prince Shizor with his fans, his electricity fans.
I have both. I had the confrontation pack with Vader.
Nice.
Because at the time, it was a better Vader than what
it was
in Power of the Force 2.
I think that was only the second Vader released.
Yeah. Because it was before that Power Effects one.
Correct.
or the electronic effect.
Yeah, the Power Effects one. Yeah, where it was him and then Obi-Wan, and you could put them together, and you had to cut out the background and like
Yeah, the
put it.
little
Yeah,
cardboard. That was
little
the same
cardboard.
one that came out with the R2D2 that had
Yep.
the part of the Tatooine desert, the rocks.
Yep.
So this is going to be a little dicier. So I'm going to try and get that because the sticker
It's
is
on the
top of
bubble. Yeah.
Jerks.
Come on, thanks Hasbro.
Ugh, the worst. Didn't they know 30 years ago that I'd be opening this thing
on a platform that didn't even exist at the time,
on the
in a
internet,
way,
live streaming
in a presentation that people wouldn't even thought of at that stage. Oh, I love it. I love the red. I love his
Mike
little
is
cape.
out there sys-hopping his BBS.
Oh man, that's it. That's what I was doing.
Moderating comments.
I was downloading demos for games, man. I was doing all those like
demos.
Yeah. No, they were all the shareware games that would give you like the first level of a game for free, but then you had to like
or you were
buy
playing
it.
Commander Keen.
Or I was playing Commander Keen. Which I think Commander Keen 4 was my favorite, or 6.
Why is that franchise just disappeared into the ether? I'd get a Commander Keen.
I would 100%.
Oh, this is such a 90s design.
I was at a I was at a local convention.
This looks like it belongs in a different toy line.
Oh, it does not. It's not Star Wars toy at all, and I love it.
Big thing. This was the style at the time.
That over the shoulder half cape.
Yeah, the boba.
Yeah. But yeah, I was at a local convention and there was a guy cosplaying as Commander Keen. He had the pogo stick and everything. And it's like 100 degrees outside. And he's just sitting there pogo sticking with his football helmet on.
So here's something I definitely wanted to get to.
Okay.
While people are mentally forming the picture of what you just described.
It's fun. It's a fun day.
This took forever to assemble.
Oh, now I'm intrigued.
And I have a duplicate of one of them. But I'm going to open them all anyway. So pick a number 2, 1, and 3.
2. Right in the middle. Yeah! All right.
This set was nearly impossible to assemble completely.
I'm sure.
Secondhand.
Yeah.
And what do you think was the hardest one? Because this was available in 3 2-packs.
Uh-huh.
For the Max Rebo Band as it existed in the special edition.
In special edition, yep.
So which do you think is the hardest to get?
Was it Size Noodle?
No.
It was Max Rebo?
Max Rebo. Because there was only one other release, Max Rebo. Max Rebo is much like Mon Mothma for some weird reason.
Where they won't release him.
You got the original Kenner version. You got the Power of the Force 2, and then they re-released the Power of the Force 2 as like a Walmart pack in the mid-2000s, middle late 2000s.
Yeah.
And that's it. We haven't gotten a Max Rebo Band since then, and obviously have not gotten in Black Series.
Long overdue for Black Series.
Weird paint job on Droopy, like if someone used a little too much wash.
Yeah, it's too into those folds. Yeah. Look at that jaw, yowza. Whew.
Yeah, your favorite sequence.
I love it.
Oh, and Doda Bodanawido.
It rolls off the tongue. He was a household name. Yeah, they put an original trio with like a new.
You should play to see if anyone pushed back.
Oh my god, I don't know.
And he's like, Doda
It's like he just he let his.
Gonna see any? No, okay.
Yeah, he just let his cat walk across his keyboard, and that's what came out.
Good kitty.
Yeah, this was the weirdest sequence where they expanded upon a 3-member band. They gave them like big old drums.
Oh yeah, the drummers have got the release.
Yeah.
over 2 different lines. Because the first one was released in the 30th anniversary.
Uh-huh.
And then I think the Saga, whatever
Saga
line
collection,
came like
yeah.
like 2 years after that.
Yeah.
They finally completed the other half of the drum.
So weird.
I have been waiting. So I decided, this was a few months ago, I decided I was going to start opening these things.
Yeah.
But I have refrained from doing so until I've been able to schedule these open chats. Because I wanted to be able to do something with them that was beyond just me sadly sitting watching TV or something and opening figures like a cautionary tale.
This could be you.
Unless you change your ways.
It's like a weird Christmas carol.
Yes. Oh, Spirit, please tell me this is not to be.
Luke just sent me a picture of his Hoth Chewbacca. Hold on. Let me send this to you. Unless he sent it to you too.
He didn't, unless he sent it on Instagram. But he probably texted you.
He did. Yeah, I'll send it to you on Twitter.
I'm so happy right now. It is such an exquisite pain to see the stuff that Luke is able to do and has been able to get as gifts from friends.
He's so talented, it's crazy.
The print designs that he's doing, that also, I mean, again, well, the whole Hasbro Pulse of it all,
sure,
is because the one thing people talk about TVC is that TVC is the world building line just because of scale.
Right.
It's easier to do play sets and such with that. But in the age of 3D printing, for doing displays, what Luke's doing is amazing.
And I'm a little jealous.
Oh, when you get the degraded elastic bands in old figures that just crumble.
It just kind of crumbles off.
Weird tacky flake.
There we go.
My favorite part of Jedi Rocks is on the soundtrack album, the weird instrumental breakdown that is not in the movie.
It's
that
not
goes on for like 2 minutes.
Yep.
And it's like, well, we're on the studio. Let's just keep.
Let's just jam.
Let's
just jam. I do not like Jedi Rocks. I remember 97. So I would have been 15, 14, something like that in 97. And I just remember thinking like, this is not okay. I don't like this.
What's the Walmart price on this? $11.76 for
When
2
did
packs.
stores stop putting stickers on, like price tags on merchandise?
I would think when everything went fully computerized.
Okay. Because
when it all became computer inventory across an entire, like at this time, you probably would have had older Walmarts that weren't on a digital system.
Right.
Once you had digital inventory come in, I think then, and also it's a waste of time.
Oh, 100%. Oh, I remember.
You can have a tag on the shelf.
Yeah.
And then it's a barcode on the product that keeps track of everything.
I mean, one of my first jobs, I was out of high school, was working at KB Toys, and I would, they came with the box, and then they had the SKUs on the side of the box. You pull off, and then you could individually sticker all the things in the box with the sticker that's on the side of the box. And then I worked at Fry's Electronics, which was a big electronics store.
You missed the
here.
ka-chunk,
oh,
the price gun?
I do, ka-chunk. But my first job at Fry's Electronics was, again, putting stickers on products. I got hired during the Christmas season of 2003, And it was supposed to be just a 40-hour-a-week job, but because it was so crazy during Christmas, you got in at 7 a.m. when the truck got there, and you didn't leave until like 10 o'clock at night when you were done putting stickers on everything. And that was 6 days a week. I was making bank, relatively speaking, for the time because I was working so much overtime putting stickers on products.
$4 an hour.
It was crazy. What was it? $7.50 an hour. No, $6.75 an hour. That was the minimum wage then.
Oh my gosh! But back in the day,
but it's only like
$7.50 you could have bought an
now.
Action figure an hour.
It was.
Still had
That's right.
money for lunch.
That's right. Things did not cost as much then.
Buy a soda pop for $0.25.
To say the least.
Yeah, I'm just getting depressed now. I mean, this is the good sculpts. I like the droopy sculpt. I just wish
the
that
droopy
the
sculpt
painting,
is so good.
I wish the painting wasn't just so, because it almost looks like like the comic book. When they try and do comic book lines,
kind of a cell shaded kind of thing.
Yeah. And well, he's got those are some really tight pants.
Hey, don't shame him. He's comfortable with his body.
Yeah, look how
those are swivel legs. Yeah, swivel legs. he's doing the little Charleston.
Yeah.
He's definitely playing the Muppets theme song.
But that's somebody asked the Hasbro team about Max Rebo Band at the at Celebration, and just make people happy or just let people move on.
Yeah,
and I don't understand. Like, I don't think that can't be a corporate directive to volunteer information that has no ability to harm the company other than let people just not have to worry about it. If it's not going to happen, tell people it's not going to happen. If it's going to happen, make people happy. Or give people the hope that maybe it'll happen. And if it doesn't, don't worry, but we're working on it. This is also...
But nothing
That's right.
Worse.
These, I think, were Walmart exclusives.
They were Walmart exclusive, yep. The Kenner collection, that's right.
Who's your favorite?
Oh, Jow Yowza.
Also, look at that pose.
He was the pit bull of his time, where he had DJ Khaled. Yeah.
Yes. No, I think he's the DJ Khaled.
Yeah. It's like the first thing he said is "Ja Yowza,"
and then he just hands the song over to Cy Stevens. He has no other contribution beyond that, other than just randomly yelling in the
screaming
background.
into the mic. Yeah. He was DJ Khaled / Yoko Ono.
Don't knock Yoko. Yoko is a talented artist. Vocalist.
Fair enough.
Vocalist. I could listen to others.
Well, that's how I feel about Bob Dylan. Like I will gladly acknowledge his talent, but I do not enjoy his vocals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, you're right. We'll stick with DJ Khaled.
I will say DJ Khaled.
We'll stick with DJ Khaled. Yeah.
He is clearly just somehow found his way into the Max Rebo Band.
Right.
And taken the spotlight away.
And his only contribution is just yelling his name at the beginning of the song.
See that. But these don't come with microphones. Unlike
That's
the original.
So weird. Yeah, it's so weird that they didn't come with microphones.
Although she's not really at the mic in the special edition. Like
no,
she is
just in the yeah.
Like she's a lot more. I like how it looks like she's stepping out of the package as I try. Well, now that's okay.
She's topless.
Oh, she's
not ladylike.
Why aren't these? Why can't we have Black Series? She's an explorer.
It feels like the Star Wars team or Hasbro or Disney or someone just does Lucasfilm. They don't want to acknowledge Jabba the Hutt, like that whole scene.
I don't think it's that.
I don't say that's what it feels like. I don't think it's that, but like we've just gotten painfully so few things from that scene.
When there's so much that folks want, and you even had the fact that Max Rebo is in Book of Boba Fett,
right?
And they can't even throw a bone on just a Max Rebo.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
let's do it.
We ready for Max? Where's Max?
I'm very ready for Max.
That's Cantina.
I mean, Sice Noodles was in a great episode of the Clone Wars where she's like having a thing with Truman Capote's Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, her entire quest line in Lego Star Wars.
Oh, Lego Star Wars game is great too. Absolutely.
She's just the biggest pain in the...
Absolutely.
Look at how great.
That's a big bubble. Look at that.
Look how clean that bubble is.
It's so good.
So many mint on Carters right now.
They're crying.
What are you doing? Why?
You're not going to open that, are you?
I mean,
no, you're going to leave it alone.
Look how you don't you want to? Don't you just want to display it like that on your shelf?
He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't open it up, right?
No. Who monster? I mean, you can't store this.
It's so big.
And so much air. Whereas instead you just... Oh, look at this. Oh, no, I can't.
Oh, get it in there. Come on,
I can't eBay this now.
Nope.
Now I got to say damage on the bottom of the bubble.
Yep, you've ruined it. No longer mint on blister card. Oh, look at that.
Oh, I can't get it graded now.
Oh. I just see the grading points slowly diving. I'm actually surprised the glue is still holding the bubble to the card, honestly.
I wish there was a better way to do this.
I know some people like heat them up with like a hairdryer, but it takes forever.
The ones that I'm trying to figure out how to do are the 30th anniversary, because so much of the artwork is just eradicated in those because of the weird sort of angular bubbles those are in.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm thinking of doing a trim down to the plastic and leaving the actual plastic that's attached.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you don't pull
not something I could do on a live stream. I think that's the one that may never make it to an open chat, because I think that would be incredibly tedious for everyone. And I would have to concentrate on it. So having a conversation like this, I can sort of go on autopilot.
Sure. No, that one you got like Empire Strikes Back playing in the back.
Yeah, I don't want to rip half of Anakin's face off because...
Heck no.
Oh, look at that.
So good.
And I'm thinking of the Max Rebo Band that's sitting on Luke's shelf right now. Damn it, Luke. And here's the thing. I don't think I haven't thought... I mean, I have a filament printer. I don't have a resin printer like Luke does.
He has both.
I know, but the resin printer is the higher end, better quality print.
Yeah.
So I can print out like a okay-ish, rough, janky Max Rebo from a model.
It's gonna have those like weird lines and stuff.
Yeah, it'll have that striation.
Yeah.
To it. But it'll be like a large Max Rebo that I can like stand 10 feet away from and go, that looks okay.
You could create his piano though with one of those pretty well.
Yeah. It's not gonna look as good as Luke's.
Well, of course. Nothing looks as good as Luke's.
Why do you have to say that?
Luke doesn't even look as good as Luke's. Does the Max Rebo come out of that? I've literally never opened
this package. I hope he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see how that diaper looks.
Looks like he's in like a Koopa cloud car or something. There we go.
Look at this.
Oh, wow.
I guess they figured he would wet himself inside the...
They didn't want to ruin the piano.
This is the thing that ultimately takes the value away, is you're tossing out the nappy?
You toss that. You're tossing it. You don't need it.
I love how, just like the original Kenner, you have the...
Oh, it moves. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I never got these, so this is kind of fun to see.
Look at
Reminds
that.
me of that episode of Parks and Rec when Ron Swanson got that circular desk. He's like slowly going around.
Oh,
Excuse me. Did you know there's waste in your water?
the only thing this doesn't have, I don't think Luke's does either. Maybe he hasn't printed it. Is the actual horn that's supposed to be part of his organ.
Yeah.
That none of the
the sound
releases
comes
have
out.
had.
Yeah, when I did my Cantina band member review, I did a deep dive on like how all the instruments, as best I could, how all the instruments work, how they're held. It's dumb. What they're called.
Oh, I love now we can have like a rave.
There we
Rebo.
go. There we go. Give a dead mouse going on. Wait for that. Wait for that drop.
How could I leave this packaged?
You
I
can't.
mean, honestly.
Come on. How much joy is that bringing you? You've touched it. You can play with it.
Considering
you can move
what
it.
a hunt it was even to get
Yeah.
it. I mean, this was, once I realized that all it was a slight repaint of this exact mold for the Walmart release, the only one that happened, which is harder to find, the box that was in the mid 2000s. It's like, oh, I'll get this one, but this was still not inexpensive to get.
Right.
The rest, the other 2 packs are dime a dozen, but everyone wants a Rebo. Well, of course. I mean, how could you not?
He's
Also,
I mean,
best,
he's Max
best robot
Rebo.
chicken.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that they carried on that characterization in the Lego Star
Yes.
Wars.
That is really funny. They
You got to
did.
get
Yeah.
Max to the gig.
Yeah.
So here's what we can do. I don't know what your time is like.
I got more time.
I'm still flexible.
Okay.
I think I need to move some of this stuff off the workspace. And I have some creatures.
Okay.
I think I'm going to leave the Max Rebo Band. Back, you know what? Where's his bubble? Guess what? His bubble is now an action figure case.
Because it's so big. I remember. I remember the Carbonite Han Solo bubble being really big as well because it had to do the figure and the Carbonite piece.
Now say it like Bausch.
It's a yato.
Now say it when
you're
actually
free
speaking
of
English.
the Carbonite.
Yeah.
Your eyesight will return.
And I like to think that was actually Carrie Fisher after just a long night.
She just did a bunch of coke. She's got her coke nail.
Oh, Carrie. Miss her so much.
Yep, absolutely. She was
if we had
one of a kind.
The past few years, it would have made things a lot more tolerable.
It would have made things. I think when she died, that's when they knew. Like, okay, we can get this done.
Just life and yes, that's when we can finally execute Order 66.
That's right. Carrie is no longer stopping us, everyone.
You remember when in the 90s when this figure came out and you used to have all those
do.
late night commercials for or Marco Flow?
Yeah. Sail away, sail away, sail away, boom, boom, sail away. Yeah, I was like, well, they did that, and I remember because Crystal Light also took that. I was like, Crystal Light, Crystal Light, Crystal
You're like,
Light.
this needs to stop now. We should have known then. That was a warning sign.
Hey, man, Enya's Enya. Has she done anything since the Lord of the Rings soundtrack?
Has she needed to?
No. Oh, she did. I think Only Time. Was that what was that? What was Only Time in? Was that the Lake House with Keanu Reeves?
Oh, the Lake House.
Enya movie. Let's see. It was in. Oh, okay. Never mind. It's been in a lot of things. Just kidding.
Okay.
Oh, Sweet November was the movie I was thinking of. That was 2001. So it was about the same time as being in Lord of the Rings.
Which, I mean, that's 22 years ago.
Yep. God. Can't time stop? Just for like a while.
I don't know. You'll have to ask Max Rebo.
I know. Come on, Max. As long as
he's staying on the shelf like that.
That's what you do. As long as he made it out of that little cantina thing before it blew up, that's all I care about.
Oh, he wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
We know for a fact he wasn't there because he was late for the gig.
He was late for the gig. That's right.
I got to get to the gig, man. And we'll leave Hercules.
Darth Lees.
Okay. So, I actually have 2 sets of these.
Okay.
So, we'll look and see which one's the better looking one to open.
Ooh, Muftak and Cabe. This is a mail away, wasn't it?
This was, I think, another one of the fan club.
Yeah.
So, which one?
I think the one on the left looks a little bit better.
I think the cave is probably where we're gonna. Although, do you notice? We'll see it when it comes out. There's an iridescence in Muftax.
Hmm.
And I think this is the same species of character that we've been seeing in the Afra comics with the Spark Eternal.
I think you're probably right. I never put that together, but you're probably right.
I mean, I could just open both of these. Left or right? What do you pick?
Let's do left.
Lefty loosey.
Muftak looks like just a generic like corporate mascot.
Like Gritty?
Yes.
He's the Gritty of Star Wars.
Yeah, that's right. Or like a weird like he could be related to Munch from
From Homicide, Life on the Streets.
No, I was thinking Showtime Pizza, or is it Showtime or is it Chuck E. Cheese? I think it's Chuck E. Cheese.
No, he's got a Richard Belzer look to him.
Yeah, all right, you're right. With his proboscis,
he looks weary. What's the story behind these two? Besties? Oh, look at this.
Definitely besties.
We got a blister inside.
Oh man, yeah, they're definitely besties. I think there was a story in Tales from the Mos Eisley Cantina, but I cannot remember it for the life of me. It wasn't the vampire dude, and it wasn't Lax Sivrak, and those are the only 2 I can remember off the top of my head right now.
I mean,
or the Deveronian guy,
buying, like underage was
100%. No, actually, it was Muftak that's underage. Don't let the size fool you.
Do we have like an of mice and men thing going on here?
Yeah, of course. Tell Muftak about the rabbits.
Or a Midnight Cowboy. Is this like the Ratso Rizzo?
It could be that too. Yeah, the lack of Rizzo is one of those things that's kind of bummed about that whole Steve
Whitmire
thing. Yeah. I liked Rizzo.
Yeah, Pepe is not.
He's not the same.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I know a lot more about all this situation than
I'm sure you do, and I'm not saying who's right or wrong. I have no idea. All I know is that I consume Muppets.
It is a
stuff.
loss.
And the lack of Rizzo is a loss. I feel like I'm one of the 10 people that like that ABC Office type show.
Yeah, I don't think you're overestimating the 10.
I know it was controversial, but I
did you like
it.
it because you liked it, or you liked it because it was Muppet content and you were just happy that there was Muppet content?
I think it started off as it was Muppet content, and I was happy because it was Muppet content. But I remember there being a couple of episodes, or at least a couple of scenes, where I was genuinely like belly laughing at what was happening. Of course, now it's been like
a broken clock.
That's true.
Oh, no,
That's true.
I lost a weapon. Oh, there it is.
But it's also been like what, 8 years now since it's been
Oh yeah, that was what, 2014?
15? I think it was 15 or 16.
I remember I was at San Diego when that was released and went to a party and got to see a lot of those folks that I hadn't seen in years.
Oh,
Okay.
dang, Luke. This Chewbacca looks amazing.
Okay, I hold it up to the camera.
Okay, I'll hold it up to the camera here. This will be easier for you.
Did he just put the Chewbacca in like a pile of sugar?
No. It legitimately looks good.
Oh wow.
He DM'd you, Ken, so you can check it.
I mean, I have to look right now just to see it even closer. I mean, it's everything I thought it would be.
It's exactly what you wanted. Yep, it's exactly what you hoped for.
I like how you made sure that the contours of the snow on the bag sat right.
Yep.
And I mean, that is what belongs on your Hoth shelf.
100%.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy right now.
I could see him helping Han take out a probe droid real fast right there.
Also, screw you, Luke. You and your incredible talent. And
Well, this is literally 2 hours. You're like, I wish Luke would do this. 2 hours later, it looks like, yeah, I did it. What now?
I wish Luke would make us rich.
It'd be really nice if Luke made us rich. Absolutely.
You know what? I already think you're on the path to earning your miracle worker status. Find me an Afra. Find me a Dr. Afra. And then
Original. Specify it.
The original, yeah. Oh, what am I going to be, Monkey Pod on this?
You're going to get a bunch of people sending you the new one.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a nice figure, but what's the place that he always goes to? The Mart? Frankenstein's?
Oh, Frankenstein?
Yes.
I just went there with Dan. I took a bunch of videos of it, and I haven't posted them.
Surely they must have an original
I
Afra and all of the stuff.
Any. I actually was looking for you. I keep an eye out because I know you're looking for it. And I didn't see one there.
Well, I appreciate that. I was actually the one part that I would be keen. I know Luke just did a great video that he uploaded today on his celebration.
He did. Yep.
Experience. Is I know there's been some discourse in the TVC community because they're re-releasing the Salt Murray, the Yak Face, which I already have the re-release. Yep. But I didn't get the original release of him that was only a few years ago, just because it's hard to find in the US. But all of the UK TVC folks are like, why are they wasting a spot with the re-release of this Salt Murray figure when you could just go into any shop and pick it up? I was like, yeah, that's in the UK. Somehow in the UK, you have a ton of that figure, and it's great. But here, we don't. It's harder to find.
Well, it's like, being in the desert and you want water, but if you go, 100 miles away, there's like a ton of water. Yeah. Water's not a problem.
I don't know why you're complaining about water.
We got so much water. Yeah, exactly.
Look at that ocean over there.
Yeah, so much water.
This is. I figure. Where's the Black Series of this? Luke hasn't done these.
Oh, Aunt Beru. Oh, I remember seeing her. I was at Disneyland in, was it 98 or 99 when this came out? And they had one of her, and there was a legitimate fight over getting her.
Who won?
Not me. There's like
so you should have fought harder.
There was 2 random collector dudes that were like, they brought one out from the back,
And he's like, I asked for it. That one's mine. And the guy's like, what are you talking about? I'm the one that asked for it. Yeah, exactly. It's so ridiculous.
And again, I mean, that this was a standard figure price. Look at that pack in.
Yep. You got a whole droid, a whole ass droid there.
A whole carton of blue milk.
A blue milk. Yeah, not even a glass.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, now Hasbro would be putting Treadwell on its own Black Series, $25. Wouldn't even have working treads.
And we'd still be needing Luke to 3D print.
100%. Yeah.
I wonder what figures, Luke, what figures would you kit bash to make a Baru?
That's a good question. Let's see the base. Trying to decide here. You could probably do a holdo for the base. Maybe a Kira from Solo Body.
For the dress?
Yeah. Of course it's a little skirt, so like it's a little short. Unless you want Aunt Beru in a mini skirt, which, why not?
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know what happens when Luke's at Tashi Station.
Well, well, according to Obi-Wan, like her and Owen were like could get down, like they're like shotgunning people in the face.
Yeah, no, they.
Oh, there you go, General Leia for the vest. Yeah, that's good.
And a custom head sculpt, I guess you'd have to go with.
Have to, yeah. Oh yeah, the new Indy figures would work as well because they're interchangeable. Clearly, since General Veers, they used the General Veers legs for the same actor.
And yet, I don't think the face sculpt is as good as the Veers.
I don't think it is either. Of course, that is a few years older, so it's not. I mean, it's not the same time frame, but
yeah, but I mean, it's not that many years older. That it should be that.
What is it? It would have been. They would have filmed that in like 79, and they would have filmed Indy in like 88.
Indy.
Well, no, because that was from Last
him.
Crusade.
Yeah, no. So yes, he would have. Yes, so that would have been 88.
So that's almost. It's like an 8 or 9 year difference.
Yeah, but it's not like he's going from. It's not like he was a super young man.
True. No,
Empire.
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Also, it's a great sculpt. If someone had just put Veer's head on that body, no one would have blinked an eye.
You could easily customize your own Indiana Jones figures out of Star Wars parts of that character. Donovan.
Germany has declared war on the Jones boys.
I think they did this. Did they ever release an Uncle Owen outside that movie 3-pack?
No, the droid deal or whatever.
Yeah,
no, they did not.
So it was basically that, and then a couple years later, this, and like that's pretty much it for Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
Yes. Now she looks like she's accusing you of not putting the empty container.
Did you put this back in the fridge?
Luke.
Recycle the cartons, Luke.
Luke. I mean, as far as accessories to lose, and it's got all the sticky tape on it.
Gross.
Luke. That honestly is one of my best New Hope impressions is Aunt Beru's Luke.
It's crazy I had to shut the whole power off like at night. No power.
I mean, it's a good figure.
It's a good figure.
Particularly for the time.
And she's got actual legs instead of like
not a cone.
She's not a cone.
Oh, but so 70s.
Very 70s.
We had appliances.
I love it.
What? The color of Aunt Beru.
That's very 70s.
Also, the color of Aunt Beru sounds like a weird art house film.
It's a weird art house movie. The color of Beru.
I wonder, do I have it in this box? I do have that deal for the droids. Oh, there it is. The purchase of the droid set.
There you go.
Ta-da!
You did it.
He looks so drunk.
He's it looks like he's about to fall over
I got
backwards.
a
Yeah.
bad motivator too, Luke.
Yeah,
Luke.
it's so weird. We got a new new Owen, I think that's a new Luke sculpt at the time.
The body, definitely.
Yeah,
Because it's
because it's not super bulky.
normal proportions. What year?
But then the
was this?
C-3PO is the exact same.
97. So this is not
Yeah.
long after. In fact, this might have shared self space with some leftover Herculoid,
Yeah, for sure.
but it is still the same 3PO.
Yep. Same 3PO.
Nice little cardboard backdrop. Let's get this open. I'm sorry, I have to move. Again, I didn't point out the iridescence that this has as well.
He's got like almost no articulation.
But he does
Like
have.
any meaningful art. Yeah, he can look out.
Oh, he's got allergies.
Well, that's because does he do that in the movie, or he like rubs his proboscis
Yeah.
thing? Yeah,
Hey, they gave you the articulation it needed to get the
that's
character
true.
across.
You're not wrong.
Because if you're just gonna have it on the shelf, this is all you need.
Yeah, it looks like he got punched in the stomach, and now he's trying to shoot you.
Yeah.
Oh,
but it's
there we
like,
go. We have that
whoa.
elbow swivel. Yeah, we have the elbow swivel. Yeah. Yum yum yum.
Yeah. That's definitely the same character species that we see. in the
Dr.
Spartan
Affer.
Colonel. Yeah.
Yeah. I could have sworn that they came with cups like for drinks. Like that's one of those weird things that my mind remembers that is not a thing that actually happened.
Do you ever have that for Black Series figures?
Probably, but I can't think of any off the top of my head right now. Probably because I'm still misremembering them.
Okay, is this gonna? There we go. I mean, I gotta preserve that great cardboard backdrop.
That's
Otherwise,
part of that's part of the charm there. They didn't make a lot of these. They made one with the dancers. They made one with the
skiff guards.
skiff guards. They made
Cantina showdown.
they made the Force spirits.
Yeah, and then the showdown with Ponda Baba, Dr. Evazan, and
Yep, they did that too.
Obi-Wan.
Yep.
Oh no!
Oh, look at that.
Ties to ties. They got him in the back too. I'm gonna have to take off the. Oh, there they are.
I think they did. Did they do one with the Minox and
Minoc Hunt, right?
Yeah, I think so.
With
and then I think they did
Chewbacca and
yep. They had the little air breathers on, and I think they did a Death Star escape. Yeah, it was the only time that you could get Han and Luke in Stormtrooper outfit with blasters for Han.
Because the mail away didn't come with an accessory
Correct.
outside of the helmet.
Outside of the helmet, yep. He also had a weird, like, it's like he had an arm bent for some reason on the accessory, and it didn't in that figure. It was like slightly different.
Look at all this plastic.
Man, if only it was plastic free.
So we can unwrap the egg rolls of our
That's
figures.
right. I like it when figures come in body bags. What can I say?
Okay, so how is that actually in there? I forgot it has a little display base.
That's right.
So we can actually. Oh, no.
Oh no!
That meant to happen. That was.
Did that actually break?
I don't think it broke. I think he is. I don't think that was glued. I think he is a disassemblable.
Okay.
Let's just say he was for now. Oh, look, adults should remove and discard fasteners.
Well, you have to go find an adult now.
Oh, it's got little plastic spacers.
Oh, look at that. Oh, to keep them from hitting back.
Oh,
This is just bringing back core memories right now for me.
Master Luke, my leg.
Didn't they make a C-3PO where the arm came off? Like just the arm from A New Hope? I'm pretty sure they did.
Did they?
I'm pretty sure they did. That just popped into my brain right now.
Like this leg.
Yeah.
Maybe it did break. I
I
think
think
it
it
did
is.
break.
I'm pretty sure that's broken.
Well, I mean, it's
the least important part of that set, so
just so sad. Now I feel
it is
bad.
sad. Yeah. The
Well, until I came along, this thing had survived.
it
30
was already
years.
broken in the package. It probably like wilted or.
Oh,
I love that the Owen is in like a sword fencing stance or something.
yeah. And guard.
On guard.
Well, let me tell you another thing.
Back in my day.
Turnips were $1. Okay, I need to bring this a little bit closer to me. Try and sort this thing out. I don't want Owen's leg coming off too. Oh gosh, these things are impossible.
Oh yeah, there was also a Final Jedi Duel. Well, I'm looking at up these online now. Jabba the Hutt's Dancers, Final Jedi Duel, Death Star Escape.
I know the Dancers is the only time we've gotten those.
Yep.
Skiff guards have obviously been replaced.
Yep.
Okay, there's. I mean, he is very jaunty. The Owen.
Yeah, he just.
Yes.
I love it.
I hope the laugh is the. Uncle Owen, this one's got a bad leg. Can't believe this thing shattered.
I wonder if it's
I mean, it's also that weird plastic that they had to use for the back forming too.
Yep.
That was already brittle-ish.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that they made back in the like 80s and 90s that they fall apart with age like that.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, you can see the shear.
Yep.
I am going to call
gone.
Kenner and ask for a replacement.
Excuse me, Mr. Kenner?
Ken Kenner?
Ken Kennison.
Okay, pull these things out. Ugh.
Oh man, I'm looking for. I know they've done that 3PO, but was it the Power of the Jedi maybe?
Oh geez, did you see Luke's comment?
No. Tossed an indie accessory map room staff out. Oh no! The whole staff?
How are they going to find the Ark now?
Yeah. They can't. That I will say, as much as I do like the
When you want the dumpster, did you go, I'm digging in the wrong place?
I do like the accessories coming in bags instead of the trays because it's easier to get them out. But I've also almost thrown away the Cal Kestis that I got. His blaster was still in the back right before I did the review, and I didn't even notice that he didn't have it in the holster because it's so small. It's easy to miss.
Yeah, you really have to be super careful. Oh,
It's because you can't see him.
You can see a little stump in there. I mean, this is probably fixable. It's a good thing I've done an episode with Toy Poloi.
Right? Just send it to him.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I see that is now your #1 episode. I'm not mad about that. He deserves it.
I mean, you think Dan feels?
No, Dan doesn't deserve it. I don't care. You know, it's so weird, like how like familiar I am with him now. Like we've hung out in person now, so it's like I just treat it like it's nothing. But like if I ever meet like Toy Poloi, I probably have like that same reaction. That do you watch Picard season 3?
I have.
Okay, so it's when Shaw meets Geordi.
Yes.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite scenes.
When Shaw met Picard, it was like, oh
no. That was also different.
But I love the juxtaposition there between when he's meeting Picard and does not care, super rude, super mean, but when he meets Geordi,
He's like fanning
he's
over.
like a fangirl, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I would watch a Shaw show.
I need a Shaw show. Shawshank Redemption.
Nice.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. We can talk about that later.
We will, yeah.
Well, I guess I need to. I guess the Tuscans. I guess the Tuscans got to him.
Yeah, send him to the Jawas. They can fix him.
And then we'll get John T. Owen. John T. Owen, John T. Owen.
Or you got to find those little Droidsmith guys now that I guess that's Star Wars go-to droid fixers.
Was it
Enzellans? So, I think that's right. Yeah. No squeezy.
Nice that they got Shirley Henderson.
Yeah.
To come back and voice them all. Which, outside of a now problematic franchise, if you want to watch a great performance by Shirley Henderson, go watch the movie Topsy Turvy.
Yeah, never watched that. So.
That's also Andy Serkis is in it.
Oh, hey, that's fun.
Great Andy Serkis. It's the story of Gilbert and Sullivan.
Okay.
So it's a period piece. It is very funny. Jim Broadbent is also in it, and but Andy Serkis is hilarious. And if you are
Andy Serkis is always hilarious.
Walks, you will love Andy Serkis in that.
Sounds good to me. I'll add that to the list of things to watch when I'm bored one night.
Dumb things to watch.
Yeah, I got a list of those movies where it's like, I don't know.
Well, here's the Skiff Guards.
There you go. Klaatu Barada. Back when they were just called Klaatu Barada and Nikto instead of like specific weird longer names that.
I mean, I get another portrait in time. Now, the thing that we can do with this is I have on my desk the re-releases of some of these, so we can compare
them. Nice.
How things have advanced.
Because now Klaatu is their species name, right? He's Klaatunian or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. Back in the day, it was just the day the Earth stood still reference.
Although Barada is not Baradian. I think he's still Barada.
Right, that's actually his name.
Yeah. And Nikto is a species now.
Nikto. Yeah. Well, that's because... Wait, which one? Wasn't there... Oh, Weequay Guard was a different guy. The Weequay was a different guy. Oh, look at that.
Oh, they couldn't even give us plastic rails.
Oh, no.
The cardboard display.
Womp womp.
I'm not looking forward. After this, we're going back to regular figures. No more tie-ties for a little bit. Is there like the visual equivalent of an ASMR of people just undoing tie-ties?
100% there is. There's definitely. If you just labeled this as ASMR and had you untying ties, you'd probably get like 10,000 views overnight.
How the channel finally takes off.
That's right. You slowly turn into an ASMR. I tried doing that with Transformers, where I would just transform things without talking, but it was.
I thought it was you the whole time. Just going.
Yeah, no, just very softly.
Sam Witwicky.
There's actually there's a newer cartoon called Earthspark, and someone makes that noise at them, and he's like, "You don't have to do that. That's a little offensive." Like I just thought that was funny.
Is Peter Cullen back for that one?
No, the guy that it's Alan Tudyk actually.
He's taking everyone's job.
That's right. And then Megatron's voiced by the guy that played the Hound in Game of Thrones.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. I mean, he's moved up from Yarp.
Although Megatron does say Yarp now.
Yeah.
Optimus, Yarp.
Yarp. Narp?
Yarp scream.
Yarp scream. I think his name's like Rory something. I don't know.
He was doing Starscream. And are they doing the Chris Latta still?
Steve Bloom. Yeah, it's Steve Bloom, and he's doing a... well,
Steve Bloom played Starscream in Transformers Prime, but he's doing more of a Chris Latta kind of thing. But what's neat about the show is when they do flashbacks, they do it in the original. Oh, they try to recreate the original G1 animation, which I think
nice.
I think it's kind of a fun little nod.
I mean, it's I liked, if you remember the Ninja Turtles series from
Yes.
2012.
The 12 one, yeah, when they had the crossovers.
Still think is the best.
I think so too. Although I will say Rise has grown on me.
I still can't get past the visual style.
I get it.
The designs are just.
It grew. I did not like it for the first maybe half of the first season. I don't know when it clicked, but it's I like it. I like it a lot. But 2012 is still my favorite for sure.
But I love the show and show of the Trek animated.
Yes. It's like in each season he watches it like a different show.
Well, going up through the periods of Trek.
Yes.
Yeah, because the last season he goes what? It was the Trek anime. Oh, we get one railing. We get a back railing that's plastic.
Oh, neat.
And then just for the display is cardboard in the
fake
box.
Oh, neat.
A failing.
A failing.
Yeah, because one series was like a Robotech.
Yes.
One of the seasons.
Yeah. It's like one of those Japanese anime kind of things.
I missed that show.
Yeah, and it had just a really good voice cast.
And also the best crossover with Big Trouble in Little China.
Also that, yes.
That came out of nowhere and was incredible, including James Hung doing...
Yes, doing the voice, yeah. Man, I'm going to be so sad whenever he eventually dies.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that people are noticing and appreciating.
Yeah, it only took 90 whatever years, but yeah.
Yeah. People are slow.
He's got one of those voices that like you can always pick him out, and I always appreciate it.
Now we're just gonna rewatch Big Trouble in Little China.
There you go. He's in Rebels. He plays as Morrigan.
I also love what a doofus American Jack Burton is in Big Trouble.
Is that Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I don't think I've seen Big Trouble in Little China probably in like 15 years.
Oh, you got to rewatch it. Just a parody of all of the blowhard.
Oh, sure.
American. Just when he's standing in that doorway and he fires the Uzi above him and it knocks
so
the chunk
good.
of rock that knocks him out.
Yeah.
I think we got an action figure. We got an action figure line for Big Trouble, right? They
made the retro, like the little.
It's just such a waste. The Super 7.
The Super 7, whatever. But I think that might have been back when it was a Funko. I think it was back when it was a Funko thing as well.
Funko did Reaction, right? Or was that Super 7?
Well, it was Super 7 and Funko kind of did them together, and then they split apart, and Super 7 like took them.
I mean, I understand it when you don't want to pay for actor likenesses.
Sure.
It's a great way to get a license.
It's a great way. Yeah, you don't have to worry about... Yeah, absolutely.
But it's a shame. And I know we got a Jack Burton sideshow.
Yeah.
Because that was around the time they did the Escape from L.A., Snake Plissken.
I think they did some of them in those Best Action figures that Loyal Subjects is doing, where they spell it Best AXN.
Because they're totally extreme.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah, what license would you like to see happen?
What? License?
Yeah.
Easily, my number one answer. Krull. Always Krull. There's so many fun-looking characters in Krull. You got the Cyclops guy. You got the guy that sucks at magic. You got, you
can have two. You can have one or the other. Would you like an action figure of one of the characters?
Okay.
Or would you like a replica glaive?
Oh man, shut up. That's so mean.
I'm not. I will. I as cool as it would be to have a replica glaive, I'm not like a prop collector, so I probably would go with the action figure just because that's more my style. But I would want an action figure of him that came with the glaive. I'd like a nice Black Series, like a NECA. NECA, this is like perfect for NECA. NECA does all kinds of dumb stuff like that.
Yeah, NECA, just do a 6-inch scale. If you're doing the
Yeah.
figures, like I want this Alf to
Yeah.
be in the same scale as my Black Series. I want
Correct.
to stand
And he's
out.
way too tall.
Well, it's in a 7-inch scale. So
Well, it's even too big for a 7-inch scale. I feel like he should be like 4 inches tall.
but it's like give us that. Give
Yeah,
us,
I agree.
because ultimately what you want to do is you want to have internal crossovers
Yes.
amongst all of your figures in this shared universe of your shelf.
I almost bought the starting lineup LeBron James just for that reason, to have like the ability to give like LeBron James a lightsaber or something dumb like that.
Yeah, otherwise what's the point?
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you yeah.
I'm gonna make my own Ready Player One movie, just starring a bunch of different 6-inch scaled lines,
Just all on your shelf.
all on my shelf.
Anyone watching, I don't know who's still watching. Hi, everybody who's still watching. Thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying whatever this is, this wonderful conversation, as I fumble with twist ties and try and get these
It's
figures
riveting.
out. I'm unraveling before everyone's
Literally.
eyes.
Literally.
If you want to support, I guess if you haven't already subscribed, one of the things people say, subscribe.
Subscribe, like, share, subscribe.
And I think there's a tip button that may work. There's
Give 'em a
an
buck or
Amazon
two.
wish list.
Buy some things on Amazon.
So where is he on these? Here's the, I don't know, why am I saying, I'm saving these boxes.
Goes Klaatu Barada Nikto, because it's the day that Earth stood still, but also weirdly a Army of the Dead, but not.
So the equivalent, you can see how far.
There you go. Oh wow. They look like completely different characters. Doesn't
Yeah.
even look like the same guy.
Yeah, I don't think they're quite, but you can look at the detailing.
I feel like one of them was
Base-wise, they should look very similar.
Yeah.
But one is sort of like the animated
yeah.
version, and the other one's the hyper real.
I feel like one of them was one that Hasbro made from memory. It's like they showed him a picture of him for like 30 seconds. Like, now make it.
I mean,
There you go. So that one is a lot more direct. But again, the clothes are like completely different. It's so weird.
it may not be the exact same characters. I think
Okay.
I think they're supposed to be. But yeah, I don't think there was such an attention to fidelity. Like, I think this
Oh, back in like 98 or whatever when the first one came out?
there is
No.
this exact
Yeah.
outfit that's available I don't have it in the vintage collection, but it is available. I mean, these are not bad figures.
No.
I'm not, for anyone out there who thinks that I'm taking them to task or disappointed in them, I am not. I'm disappointed in a lot of other things right now.
There are better things to be disappointed in.
Yeah. Yeah, take that, world.
Do you have the TVC skiff vehicle?
I do. I have not unboxed.
Of course.
Yes.
Save that for a different open.
I keep
Open chat.
waiting. I have the TVC. I have this. There's a skiff guard set
Mm-hmm.
that I've had on my Amazon wish list for a while because I have not wanted to get it for myself yet, and so I use that as the excuse of not unboxing the skiff. Even though I finally have the Jedi Luke for it, and I have the Han for it, and the Lando. I have the other characters that can fill out the skiff, but I have not that. So I use the excuse. Those are What would you like to do? Weird deluxe figure, regular figure, or random?
Was that last one random?
Yeah,
Random. Let's always do random.
it's gonna be whatever I pull out of this bag.
It's fine with me. Make it weird.
Well, this is how we're supposed to do. But this will be for a future episode.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
Look at this diorama.
Oh man. Don't even get me started on them giving us half a Cantina bar and no plans to make more of it.
I mean, this is, and he comes with 3 cups. 1 character, 3 cups.
Is there a video in the mid-thousands about that?
No comment. Look, they each get 3 cups.
That's so many cups.
I don't think I have the Mominade on to finish out this set yet. But look
Does
at
that Panda Baba come with the flippers?
Look at the no, he does not have the alternate hands. But look at the diorama. I mean, this really was the age. And you can cut out in the back. Look, there's Wooher with his point.
I was gonna. Well, you have a Wooher though. Well, he's pointing.
I like the idea that you could have the bar and have Wooher have a painted mural of him pointing behind him.
Pointing. It's just so iconic that they've immortalized it.
We don't serve artists in here. Let's go a bit of nostalgia for you. Let's see the emotional reaction.
Okay. All right. Oh, there it is. The power loader. Oh, or flight pack, I guess they're calling it. Ugh.
Smuggler.
Oh my God.
Smuggler flight pack.
I love this because they molded almost an entirely new figure that looks almost identical to the original figure.
Yes,
for some reason.
The same garbage over steroidal Hulk.
Yeah.
It was not a line that learned lessons easily.
No, it took them some time.
I mean, that Leia being the...
Oh, that's a rough Leia. And what was worse is she was really hard to find when she came out.
Oh, I remember her in that wave was hard to find, and I remember Yoda in his wave was...
hard to find. That's because he came with the backpack, and Dagobah Luke would not stand without the backpack. Because they posed him to be able to stand when you have that counterweight.
Even with the backpack.
True.
Difficult.
He stood better. But you're right. Dagobah fatigues. Ugh. I love this. This is so dumb. What this reminds me of is those classic like vehicles that Kenner made that were like weird versions of official vehicles and stuff.
Yes, like the tiny little snow cannon tank.
Yeah.
Look at see, this is again why I can't leave storage wise these things just in the package for eternity. What is this? Oh, parents again. Remove and discard fastening devices.
I mean, I'll call my dad. I'm sure he can do it, but
you're still needing me to come over and
it says so, Dad.
I'm assuming your father is Harrison Ford.
Yes. My dad is
take
Harrison
those
Ford.
Damn twist ties off. Stop asking
Speaking of
me.
which, have you watched Shrinking?
I have.
Oh man.
I've always thought he's talented.
Oh,
so everyone
for sure.
Like discovering that Harrison Ford's a great actor.
As a good actor, yeah. As opposed to decades of being a great actor. Yeah, it's just oh wow. It's just weird seeing him in a role like that. I can't think of many times he's just been a normal dude.
It's weird to see him like in full on grandpa.
Yes, exactly.
Mode.
Yeah. Discovering Fun Dip.
So do you think this is like the Dagobah fatigues Luke when it comes to balancing?
Oh, it's gonna fall over as soon as you put it down.
You think? You think it will have?
I think so. I think so.
Okay, ready? Count of 3.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
There is no way to stand him up in this. Like, I guess you
Can you can put that back there so we kind of
there.
there you go.
But it's
Like,
upside
Han,
down.
You're
Like,
dragging
it's
your
molded.
pinchers.
So how are they wanting you to actually trigger these things?
That-
So these
that-
are
that goes-
spring-loaded.
Oh yeah, that is upside down, huh?
Yeah.
Doesn't that? I don't even know.
I mean, he plugs in. There, now
Right.
he's firmly in there. But these are...
There you go. He's got those big guns for smuggling. The smuggling guns.
Yeah, you know, when you want to stay unobserved and low key.
That's right. Let Chewie give me my smuggling pack.
Listen, there is an incredibly deep rabbit hole.
Yep. And what's great about these is that they're dirt cheap.
Oh, I mean, I think I picked this up for $5.
Maybe if that, yeah. I remember.
Oh, there it is.
You know,
There's no, that's just
okay.
a clip for him. That's not the actual trigger.
When Hasbro started making these, I knew so many people that bought 3 or 4 of each one, thinking that one day these are going to be worth so much money.
Oh yeah, you put him next to your Death of Superman.
Exactly.
But
And
even
now
then, so much money. I mean, the Kenner figures were maybe going for $30 at most. At most.
At
the time,
most,
if you wanted
but-
it sealed, because it was rare to find.
Sure. But it's when you pay a dollar or two for a figure and it goes for 30, people just see that's $28 profit 30 years later. But now they're just as expensive as they were back in the mid 90s, if not sometimes cheaper.
What's great is that now that Luke is finished doing that Chewbacca,
Right.
he's already thinking about how he can model the Smuggler's Pack. But even more so, the description's even better than we thought it was.
Okay.
Luke Skywalker's desert sports skiff.
Desert sports skiff. And that's the exact same Luke, I'm pretty sure. Like, that's just this. They didn't change anything about him, like unlike the Han.
Desert sports skiff.
Oh.
Okay, but by the time the stream is done, Luke, we expect the models to be on your Patreon for people. But I guess
If Luke designs this, I'm 100% going to commission someone to make one for me, and I'll review it. I'll make it a thing.
I mean, you should recreate all these. What was I don't have the Boba Fett, so let's see what
There's a
was actually
stormtrooper.
called.
There,
A stormtrooper, I don't think I have his. His is that's the crowd
control. Yeah. Yeah, these are the first wave. The second wave didn't come out until I think like a year later.
There's a nostalgia market for this.
Oh, 100%.
Luke, you're going to make so many people happy. Starting with Mike.
It's at least one people happy.
So what is your view? Because it's been a little while on making videos now. Is it just life that's getting in the way?
It's pretty much life. It's life. I mean, when your actual job for money is making videos, it makes making videos for fun just feel like more work. Pretty much.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I felt that about so many things.
Yeah. So, I do it when the fancy strikes, when I'm feeling creative, or if I'm feeling bored or just want to do it. But back in the day when you're trying to keep up with, I say back in the day like it wasn't a year or two ago, but when you're trying to keep up with the grind of the newest figure, I just got it. Now I got to review it as soon as I can. So I get those views because you got to get the views in early or else people won't watch, So it's like a treadmill.
But do you
But then
think
you've
that's
got
actually the case? Because it seems like, I mean, I was talking to somebody
uh-huh.
who has been making some videos
Sure.
on stuff, and they were asking, like, do you think I should cover this one thing? And I said, because he said a bunch of other people have made videos. I said, yeah,
Yep.
but none of them are you.
Yep. That's
The
true.
thing you bring to it is your
Yep.
voice and perspective. So just because someone else has done it, I mean, do I look at every channel that's out there? No.
No.
You know, there are some people are like, oh my gosh, that's a garbage person. I don't want to watch them talk about toys because I've heard their opinions on too many other things.
Right.
Or
No,
you know, or it's just
absolutely.
like they don't talk about the things that, you know, I find germane
Yeah.
or want to hear about on a figure. So I think if you have an audience, the audience is there for you, not just because you're the first one out of the gate, or else you've lost your shot at doing it.
Well, it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You always get somewhat of a bump if you get
Right.
something out
When
early.
people are
but,
curious and trying to decide whether they should get it.
Right. Right. But you're right. There are also the people that just watch it because it's a video that.
But then
I've
your
made.
archives last
Yeah.
forever. Maybe there's some guy who's just on the internet late at night going, gosh, I just want to watch a video about that Afro figure I can't
Yeah.
find. Has anyone made an Afro figure when video when that came out?
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes whether it's just something becomes popular again or the YouTube algorithm, they'll get a random video that'll start getting a lot of comments on it again. Like the last one was just a couple months ago, the Throne Room Kylo Ren that came out in like 2017. The unmasked one from The Last Jedi. Like people just started commenting on it out of nowhere. I don't know why. Like it's an old video. It was weird.
How in the heck is this piece of garbage assembled?
Some of them are handles and they go on the top.
Well, that I think just slips on.
That just slips right on like that. Yep.
Barely holds.
You know what? This looks like something out of like Masters of the Universe.
It does. As designed by a child for a contest.
Yes.
Okay, then that needs
And that
to
just goes
angle
straight
back
in. Yeah.
that way.
Or it looks like the computer warriors had those little discs.
Uncle Owen, I'm going to go race my desert sports gift.
I got my desert sports gift, Uncle Owen.
I'm going to go racing, Uncle Owen. Can I go racing?
You take the firing missile off of it.
Luke, that thing looks stupid, Luke.
So dumb.
Oh, Aunt Beru. I'm going to take my sports gift to Tashi Station and get some power
I
converters.
spilled my milk.
At least it's got pegs on here.
That's why he's so buff. Yeah, that's annoying. That's why he's so buff, though. He's got to hold on to that while it goes so fast.
Oh, this feels like a toy.
Yeah.
From the late 80s.
Yeah.
From some weird knockoff property that came and went.
Space Battle.
This feels like something that was sitting in like the Kenner files.
For sure.
For a while.
It was something they designed for the original vintage line before it got canceled, and it's been sitting around.
Yeah, this is like that skiff we did for Captain Power.
Exactly.
Oh, this is so ridiculous.
And you own it.
I'm racing my skiff, Uncle Owen. Oh boy. I think I have at least one more of these things, of the deluxe. Should we knock it out?
One more, and then I gotta go get some dinner.
Okay, so here's your choice.
Okay.
Although maybe we could quickly knock them both out and be done with
Okay.
it. We do have the Stormtrooper, the Riot Control, or the Crowd Control.
So you have that.
And we also have...
Oh, dang. Well, I choose both, and that'll be it.
He chose poorly.
Yeah, but Ultimate Bounty Hunter. I mean, come on.
Look at this. You got your Shadows of the Empire
You got a
special
comic
comic.
book. That's right.
Mary, you got to clip and save. Have an adult cut along the dotted line.
That's
I love
right.
I love how it's also coddling the adult. It's like, listen, adult, your kid's gonna tell you dotted line.
Dotted line. Do not overcut. 1-800 True Fan. Way to gatekeep Star Wars.
Call it. See if anyone answers. 1-800 True Fan.
1-800 True Fan. Let's see.
Let's see if Lucasfilm kept the number.
I'll do this on speaker. Why not? 1-800.
It's 800 number, so we're not gonna get a personal phone.
FAN.
Bonjour, les bureaux et l'entrepôt de Hasbro Canada, situés au 2350 de la province à Longueuil, sont ouverts.
I'm gonna say no.
So the true fans are Quebecois? Is that what I'm hearing?
The true fans are French Canadian, is what it sounds like.
Is that now the Cirque du Soleil true fan line?
It could be.
Wow. Now I need to know the history of when the true fan line went away.
Yeah.
While
Let's
we're
look it
waiting,
up.
can you also call the Nintendo Power hotline?
Sure. Wait, no, they stopped making that free, so I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, that's right. It's like
My mom will literally kill me if I rack up a phone bill.
You gotta figure out how to finish Bionic Commando. It's so
she's
hard.
never gonna pay for Sega Channel if I do that.
Listen, if you don't finish the game, you won't be a cool kid, and you won't have anything to talk about at lunch tomorrow.
I already beat Contra without the code.
Everyone says that, but they lie.
No one did. No one did. Absolutely no one. No. I couldn't even beat the Ninja Turtles game without the code.
I mean, you can't
Same
even beat
code.
the Ninja Turtles character with the code.
That's
That's
true.
That is
That's
a
true for the
garbage
first
game.
one. That's true for the first one, not the second one.
Okay. Listen,
The first one is a
experience
garbage
the
game.
first one,
Yeah.
you never want to experience another
No,
Ninja Turtles game.
I remember the first time I beat one of those stupid dam levels. I felt like a
Because
god
that's
among
what you
video
kept saying
gamers.
the whole time you played it.
Damn, my mom. Man, I remember the first time I swore because I grew up, sheltered like little Christian kid. But my dad let me read the Jurassic Park novel, and there's a lot of swearing in it. And he said, if I hear you swearing, you can't read these anymore. And I said, damn, like open the damn door or something. And my brother tattled on me, and he took away my Jurassic Park novel.
Oh, you mean your damn brother?
My damn brother, yeah. Look at that. Look at that.
Scream. Oh, look, Scream.
Scream. It's like, oh, is that Scream and Glub Shido?
Yeah. A neat trick.
Neat trick.
I love that this is the paper.
Yes.
Like, this is the cheapest.
The cheap. Yep.
Oh.
Look at that pose. This was back, and people don't realize, this is back when we did not know anything about Boba Fett at all. We didn't know who he was. We didn't know his story. He was just a cool-looking bounty hunter.
We knew he died in the Sarlacc pit.
That's true.
Until he didn't.
Well, even in Legends, he eventually got out. There was that whole
Jodo. Honestly, anyone who talks about Darth Maul coming back.
Yeah.
Boba Fett coming back was the original Darth Maul.
Original, absolutely.
I want to know more about that weird, mysterious character that we only saw a little bit of. Also, that's the best drawing.
He looks so sad.
I just need to get out of here.
I'm so damn cold. My balls are freezing off.
I just booked a job with that guy from How I Met Your Mother. I think he plays with puppets.
He does. He's really good.
Well, we got that. And now we got to get the stack of empty plastic I have sitting beside me is a mountain.
Oh, man. Look at how yellow that is.
I'm
colorblind. I'm colorblind, and I can see how yellow that is.
This was owned by a heavy smoker.
I hate that. It's the worst. I've had people, and I'm never gonna say anything bad about anyone ever sending me free toys, but it kind of sucks when you can tell it comes from a smoking house. Like, do you just blow the smoke directly on your figures? Like, what do you do there?
So is this when you've bought a used figure?
No, I've just had people send me figures like in my PO box or whatever, and I'll open it up and it just permeates out. It sucks.
First thing I do whenever I buy a used figure is wash it.
Just soap and water kind of thing.
Soap and water, just straight. What I find is really good for them.
Yeah,
is that power wash, the Dawn power wash.
The Dawn, I use that for my dishes, so absolutely
perfect for cleaning old figures.
All right, well, I'll try that. Now, how do you get them not sticky anymore? Still soap and water?
I will use alcohol wipes.
Alcohol wipes.
Oh, that blaster just went. Blasted blaster.
Uh.
Okay, well, I'm going to pick this up.
That's still a better IG-88 than the one for the Black Series.
I mean, this one has at least a somewhat better chance of standing. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see if it tops. Oh, look.
Look at that. You didn't even try. You just put it down.
I mean, he's listing.
Sure, but he's standing. That's the important thing.
Again, weird that we've never seen a re-release of that.
Oh, yeah.
Now that you have the IG-11.
Well, they did the original and then they did the archive version.
Also.
But yeah.
Look at him swaying at the club.
Yeah. Do the robot.
What a weird package pose.
It's a weird package pose.
This is the Dan Larson content. Hi, Dan. It's me, Boba Fett.
He doesn't care about Power of the Force 2 Boba Fett. He only cares about the original Kenner.
Nobody cares about Shadows of the Empire Boba Fett.
No. They didn't even paint his backpack.
They got some silver on there.
But it's missing a lot of paint. I mean, come on.
Listen, what do you want from them?
I want to know what
all the money went into that comic book.
I like that they're trying to explain what happened in that year, why he changed his outfit. It's because he sprayed it all black.
Look at this.
I love it. It's got little jetpacks on there that like fly open.
This is the most 90s.
Yes.
It needs more jets, more packs, and
they fly now.
Yeah. Well, they need more than that. This has also got a barbecue setting.
And a capture claw.
And this is where you keep your soda.
Let's get cup holders. That's nice.
This thing fully reclines.
Does it have a massage function?
Yeah, it only controls crowds, but also stress. The slight warping of this when it's clearly been exposed to at least a little bit of humidity.
Yep.
What's your favorite packaging era?
Probably this Power of the Force.
So
just because it's so nostalgic.
So when they released the Black Series on the Power of the Force 2,
I've got them all.
Cards,
yeah,
that hit the sweet spot for you.
It did. Yeah, the Luke, the Han, the Leia, the Greedo. I think that's all they've done like that so far.
I'm trying to think, that was when Steve Evans was still on the Star Wars team, right? That's before he went over to Marvel.
No, he went to Marvel in 2019, and those came out in
but they would have been in development when he was still there.
Right? That's probably true. That's probably true.
Deluxe with flight action thruster pack and
the
capture claw.
A capture claw, you gotta have it
when they want to grab that crowd.
That's right. Yeah, grab the crowd one person at a time.
Still wonky.
Yep.
It's got a little bit of that speckling.
Yep, because it's kind of look dirty. Yeah, he wants to look dirty.
Oh, there's the warning.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I think I got this for Christmas one year.
And then Christmas was done, right? That was
That's it. No, it was just this.
Everything you'd wanted.
Yeah. I opened this, and then I said, "Thanks, Mom," and I ran to my bedroom and started playing with it. My mom's like,
Mom,
you got a bunch of other toys. I'm like, I don't care.
you got me the coolest thing in the
That's
world
right.
ever, and I don't need anything else.
Nope. I think I also got a Game Boy Advance or a Game Boy Color that year. So, it was a big year.
But that's like an afterthought to me because I
Yeah, I
play with the Crowd Control Stormtrooper.
Crowd Control Stormtrooper is where it's at.
I love how they have just on one side.
That's it. You know what? On both.
So, how is the?
It goes under. He holds them.
Oh,
under.
he holds it.
Yeah.
You know you're going on eBay later tonight.
I'm not. I refuse.
You're totally going.
I'm not going to.
You realize if you went to Frank and Sons, this is probably like a dollar.
If it's okay, let's look it up. All right, eBay.com. It just autocorrected to eBombs World. No.
What
eBay.com.
Buddy, computer, eBay.com.
Crowd Control Storm.
Yeah, I'm not going to put I'm afraid this rubber tubing
It's gonna break. Yeah, it's
is
too
gonna
brittle.
break.
Yeah.
So
In box, buy it now, $11.75. Loose.
shipping? Any shipping cost?
Let's see.
Because then it's not worth it. If that was the straight out price.
It doesn't have a shipping. It doesn't say free shipping, but it doesn't have a shipping thing listed.
Maybe they figured no one's going to buy it.
Maybe. Oh, here's a pre-owned one, but it's yellow. Oh, it's so yellowed for $10 free shipping. Here's a pre-owned one that looks better.
But you're going to open it.
$11.78. No, the actual figure is yellowed.
Oh. Can't do that.
No.
Although that would look like he was a sand trooper.
True. Oh, here's a Crowd Control Stormtrooper, an original Darth Vader, and then a TIE Fighter pilot for $12 free shipping.
I mean, how can you not? Come on.
Right.
I mean, it's
yeah,
like,
and some of these,
it's like Christmas all over again. How can you not give
shipping,
yourself that gift?
The shipping is more than the actual figure.
So, as we wind down this episode of Open Chat,
yeah,
and I appreciate you doing this
of
immensely
course.
And having a conversation. We need to do this more. I'll have you back on. I have not been, for the record, everyone, I have not been back on Black Series Cantina yet.
We'll work our way back around to you.
It's fine. It's fine.
There's a lot of people that we haven't had on even once yet, okay?
How many times has Luke been on?
Twice.
See?
But no, twice.
The competition.
But once he was only on for like a half hour, and then he had to bail out.
Well, he had the stuff to produce.
And it was him and like 3 other people. And we'll probably never do that again because it was just too many people.
Yes. It's always a nightmare to juggle.
Yeah.
So I have Black Series figures I picked up today.
Okay.
I want you to rank them for me. I'm just going to show you what I got
Let's
today.
do it. Yep.
Because you've opened these. I haven't opened these yet.
Okay.
So I have no opinions other than the opinions of other people.
You'll get my professional opinion.
So this is the first one.
Okay.
This is the second one.
Okay.
This is the third one.
Okay.
And fit these all in frame. And the fourth one.
Okay. And I have to rank these.
You have to rank these.
I'm going to rank them as toys. So character notwithstanding. So if one character is your favorite character in the world.
Also, while you're ranking these,
yeah.
I want to highlight.
The Camp Plume episode was great. It was great. It was also very recent. I think it
wasn't that recent if you actually look at time.
It's recent in terms of our podcast because we only do 2 a month.
It's probably been what, 6 months? No, 8 months.
Yeah, it's been about 8 months.
Also, put out more podcasts.
No, we can't do it that often. I just don't have the energy to do it more than twice a month.
You do bots and shots.
once every like 8 months.
Maybe you need to start doing Blackout Cantina.
Blackout could just do too much. No, let me rank these. Okay, so I'm gonna say the tough one is Cal Kestis or Luke, being number one.
So they're battling for first place.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say,
is there an
and
easy last place?
Cassian Andor. He and don't. I'm not saying it's a bad figure by any means, but of those 4 figures, I would rank him as number 4. Although I love they gave him a Briar pistol from Dark Forces. So, and he's a good figure.
So why is he the weakest?
Because I love Mara Jade more than him as a figure, because the body they use, the Jaina Solo body, other than lacking the butterfly joints of newer figures, she is still a really good figure for being like mostly reuse, especially for such a relatively old mold. I think Jaina Solo came out like 2016, 2017.
And can I put the Dr. Aphra head on it?
Yeah, it's the same body, so you should be able to.
Still not the Aphra that I need.
No, but one step closer to the edge.
And I can get a Sharpie, and I can put the arm tattoos.
you could draw them on. Yeah.
So that's our third place. So first and second.
Yeah. So this is the hard one.
Why is it so hard between the two?
Well, they're both just really good figures. They're both brand new molds. One of them I've been waiting for so long because they've never really done a good like Jedi Luke before, in my opinion. The other one, I mean, I'm very much looking forward to the game, and I think this is a really good representation of the character. Plus, all new parts, comes with a cool gun. I'm gonna say Luke number 1, Cal Kestis number 2, but that might switch on any odd given day.
Would it have been an easier number 1 if it was Return of the Jedi Luke?
Yes, it would have. Mostly just because one of the problems I have with that figure is the skirt comes down to his leg. It does hinder the leg articulation a little bit.
Right.
And I don't really love the cloak, honestly.
So when you you were always a big advocate for cloth goods.
I am. I just don't like that one. It's the exact
where
same...
Luke is get this cloth from my very eyes, remove that from my figures, it ruins them. You can't ever get it right.
Yeah. Yeah, Luke does not like cloth goods on, and I'm kind of.
Although I will say,
yeah,
it's hard for me to pull him out easily, but I will for the sake of the conversation. This is one of the best sitting cloaks. This is on the TVC,
right?
Luke, that came out a few years ago.
That's a very nice sitting cloak. The other one is not.
So it is that weird bunches, although it is not the worst cloak they've ever done.
I think it's the exact same.
Because
it's very similar to the Walmart Jedi Knight Luke cloak.
And the worst, this is laughable. Look at this.
That's awful. Look at that hood. Is that recreating that scene when he walks up to Luke when the screaming like a banshee or whatever?
Remember the Incredible Shrinking Kenobi? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, this is ludicrous, and it's a great. What's sad is it's a great figure.
Sure.
Underneath. Why do you think we haven't gotten a Black Series proper, just single release of Obi-Wan, since we know it exists?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they did one with the Cantina Showdown, and
which is a weird price gate kept,
100%.
exclusive.
Yeah,
and then they did the Kenner version, which is
Kenner,
not
the hair's too white. Yeah,
but yet they have it and have just like refused to put it out. But yeah, so if you're ever complaining about cloaks,
that's a bad one.
I mean, that's not even.
It looks like he's wearing his dad's cloak.
Yeah.
Or like your Kenobi got shrunk in the wash.
Yeah, or like the the Flying Jedi.
Yeah.
Or his Jawa cosplay.
That's so bad.
Yeah. So if we ever complain, this could be a Black Series cloak.
It looks like I hemmed that, and I don't know how.
So next time you're complaining, think it's not as bad
It could be worse.
as that.
Yeah.
So you yeah, the Luke we're getting is going to be what on the 40th anniversary card.
Yes. Yeah, and he's basically that same figure, but with a different torso, a different hairpiece. So same. It looks to me like the same face, but a different hairpiece. And he's got the swappable chest plate.
So we're getting what 3 Lukes this year?
Yep. At the very least,
That's.
it's a lot of Lukes.
I guess they're going to do Flap Down Luke as a separate release.
No.
Is
It's
it
a chest
swappable
piece.
on the new
yeah,
one?
it's a chest piece that's swappable. Yep.
So are they using the previously released body for that 40th anniversary carded one?
No, it's this body. It's the same body, but he's got a different torso. So they're just reusing the arms and the legs, and then he's got like a different torso piece.
You know, everything I've seen, the Cassian just doesn't look quite like him.
It's better than the Rogue One versions, in my opinion.
How could it not be?
Yeah, right. But yeah, he's fine. I bought the
Like him and Pedro Pascal. It's like, how are you?
Yeah, it's really hard. I don't know what it is about Latino people that Hasbro has a real hard time.
They didn't get Ewan McGregor either. Ewan McGregor.
I feel like that's true for the 2 we've had so far. The Jabeem one looks better.
That doesn't exist. It's never going to exist. We
Okay,
have to
that's
just
fair.
give up on Jabeem.
The Padawan Obi-Wan from episode 1 looks good, in my opinion.
Oh, well, we need a re-release of the episode 3.
Sure. We need a whole new episode 3 Obi-Wan. Like,
And
they need to make
Anakin,
a whole
for that
new
matter.
Anakin, a whole new Obi-Wan. I'm hoping that they'll do something for the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. They obviously have a brand new Anakin Skywalker head that they can repurpose.
Yeah, I mean, that was what everyone was cheering about with that spirit
Yeah.
reveal, right? Was
Yeah.
that there's a new sculpt that's available.
Yep.
So thank you everyone for watching.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike, for doing this.
Of course.
I appreciate it.
Of
This
course.
is every bit as long as I knew it was going to be. And here's the thing.
We still have more.
We maybe got through a third of just the Power of the Force 2.
Yeah, he gave me a long list of figures, and I chose Power of the Force 2.
I mean, I'm looking over. There's so many. We didn't get to the Ugnaughts.
Oh man,
We didn't open up the Sad Leia.
how do you feel about Mandalorian Star Wars changing things, like changing how Gamorrean guards look and act, and then also changing how Ugnaughts look and act?
Considering they weren't fleshed out beyond a tiny little cameo.
Yeah.
Like, what's the biggest exposure we got? They like to play catch and keep away.
Yeah, with 3PO's head. Yeah.
We didn't get, and I'm fine
Yeah.
with that. And
Okay.
I see it more as actually taking time to establish what the characters are rather than contradicting anything. Because we saw nothing.
I just kind of saw it as like the difference between the original Klingons, and then when you see the motion picture Klingons of the original, and like they look completely different, and you're like, okay, that's Klingons, sure.
Yeah, I don't think that it's not that far away from. Let me pull those figures out from what we saw in Empire. I mean, this just looks like hastily put together prosthetic, like rubber masks.
Yeah.
That were never intended to
piggies.
talk either.
Right. No, they weren't. Yeah, and that's the same problem with.
I mean, I don't think that's that far off, considering this is a clearly older Ugnaught.
That's true. You're not wrong there.
So yeah. Oh, look at that weird muscular Gamorrean guard.
Love it
from this line.
I want them to turn that into a Little John, or Friar Tuck. I mean,
Friar Tuck. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, here's your bubble you were talking about.
Yeah, I think it's huge.
Slightly less muscular, still not right.
Still not right. Nope.
Cool. Well, thank you again. There will
Yeah,
be
of
more
course.
open chats in the future because there's more stuff to come.
Invite me on anytime.
You are
Lots
always
of fun.
welcome.
Yeah.
Now we need to get Dan on, and I'm only going to open Boba
Yeah.
Fett.
We also need to get Luke Land Speeder Luke on.
Yes, Luke needs to come on just so we
Yeah.
can keep him distracted from all of the stuff that
Yeah.
we have thrown. I can't believe he did that, Chewbacca. in
So
like,
fast too. Yeah.
like 5 minutes. He threw
Yeah.
together custom. I hate you, Luke. You are amazing and incredibly talented.
Yep.
Everyone watching, also go check out Luke's Instagram.
Oh,
and,
definitely.
And go
YouTube
subscribe
channel.
to his YouTube
Yeah.
channel and his Patreon if you want to print the
I love
stuff.
it. Yeah.
And Mike, where can they find you?
I'm on YouTube at Mike Kaess. I'm on Instagram at Trusty Sidekick. I'm on Twitter at Mike Kaess, and I'm on TikTok at Mike Kaess82. And I've been posting on there, and I've actually got a lot of views. It's a lot more than I ever thought I would, so it's kind of nice.
And so your next video is going to be assembling the desert sports skiff that Luke is currently designing for Luke.
Yes, that will not be my next video, but if he does that, I will 100% make that a video. I don't actually know. I think my next review is going to be the 4 Andor figures from that wave, just to knock them all out at once.
I wish I could see the rest of them, but
yeah,
not here. And I will remind people if they'd like to support, you can go to patreon.com/KenPlume. You can also, there's the tip link in the bottom description. There's also the Amazon wish list. Be sure to subscribe. I have a show that's coming back that I hosted. If you're interested in theme parks, theme park design, Dungeons and Dragons, there is a show that I host called the D&D Ticket that I do with some actual theme park ride designers, and we blue sky a project that I throw at them, and I guide them through the process and throw obstacles and challenges and such in their way as they're blue sky designing on the fly various theme park attractions based along the IP that I give them. So check out D&D Ticket. It's coming back with new episodes.
Where can I find that?
I think D&D Ticket.
Okay.
On iTunes and on the socials.
Okay.
So,
yeah,
it's fun.
That sounds like fun. Yeah.
So now, raise the roof with Max Rebo, and let's say goodbye.
And Darth Vader.
Oh, Hercules.
Vaderles.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
And we